Doing a quick mic check. Oh, I think that's better. All right, let's see if the sound works.
This ghost just loves to blaze it.
Holy shit. It's working. Oh my god. Oh my god. Is it working? Everything's working. My face is in camera. What is up, everybody? I got everything to work perfectly today. First time, real time. Let's fucking go. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe I finally fixed that shit. Oh, we're in for it now. I'm gonna have so many fucking sound clips. It's gonna be blowing your goddamn minds. Cause like, oh shit, where is it?
Let's get weird. Let's get weird.
Yeah. All right. No, welcome in, everybody. Hello, I am Jenna Say What. I am here to hang out, chill, vibe, tell you about the news or fucking whatever. I found out this day, the 8th day of the 8th month of 2025, our Lord and Savior's year. Anyways, hello, welcome in, everybody. How are you? How's everybody doing? I swear to God, I'm never gonna stop coughing. This fucking cold that I have, just it ain't working. I'm eating my gummies, my superfood gummies. I need to reach out to them and be like, I only remember to take my vitamins when I'm on stream. Have you taken your vitamins? Have you? Have you eaten actual food? Have you drank your water today? I have not drank nearly enough. So yeah, anyways, what's going on, guys? Today, crazy day. Didn't have a whole lot of news, other than, like, Texas, you're holding strong, babies. Keep going. Fuck them. Keep going. Stay in Illinois. Stay in my home state. We got your back. North Carolina, not so much. We're gerrymandered to fuck. Don't come over here, because we gotta do something about this gerrymandered state. But yeah, it seems like if the Democrats hold out for about 10 more days, they can't push this gerrymandered map through, which I think is amazing. Do I think that we should have, California? You know what? I think California, Massachusetts, Illinois, and I do believe in New York. I think that they should go ahead and gerrymander their states too. To the gods. Gerrymander those motherfuckers to the gods because of what they did to my fucking state. They turned, like, we were a majority blue and we were turning blue and they stripped it from us. So, play stupid games, win stupid prizes, bitch. So, I think that North Carolina, man, if they, like, North Carolina gets a second to, like, gerrymander the fuck out of this state, Democratic, fucking do it. Do it. Yeah, because this is, they've gerrymandered every state to the nth degree to try to win elections, and they just fucking, they're barely skirting by, and they've already gerrymandered the fuck out of it. So, you know what? Y'all are losing. So, guess that's what happens whenever you hang out with pedophiles, you know? Fucking loser. But yeah, so hopefully Texas continues on their rampage of saying, we're not fucking coming home. Apparently one Democrat is still in the state of Texas, and I have no idea which one this is, or which lady this is, but she's in the hospital, and that's the reason why she's got major health issues, and so she didn't leave the state. But apparently the FBI went to her house, or the police went to like her family member's house to try to get info. And she's like, can you not do this? I've literally told you guys that I can't leave the state because I'm sick. So it's like they're getting wild. They're saying that they're going to try and get the FBI to like go into Illinois. And for one, as an Illinois native, like, I'd love to see him fucking try. We are feisty in Illinois. We're not like people that get pushed over. That's for goddamn sure. Like, we don't play those games. We don't play those games whatsoever. So I'm like, keep going, bros. See if you guys can do the thing. I don't know which camera angle I like. I wish it was further back. So yeah. Hey, baby gunslinger. You're the only one that noticed Grok fucking sucks. Yeah. I mean, the fact that it called itself, like a mecha Hitler, like, I think that's, and as a Trekkie, I'm real pissed about it because there was, a whole thing called, that was like Grok with Spock, and that's where he took it from. And to, like, if you're grokking with something, it means that you understand it, like, exponentially, like, you have a deep understanding of this thing. And so Grok with Spock was like, Grok with Spock was that whole, like, I understand Star Trek, like, you know, the Vulcan mindset deeply, and I, you know, whatever. And so, like, it really, like, it already rubbed me the wrong way right out of the gate. So, like, no matter what, I'm going to be pretty biased against it just because of that. Like, that's our culture, you motherfucker. That's our nerd culture, you bastard. But no, I agree with you. It's concerning that we don't have any, the Republicans have decided to not legislate any kind of regulation and rules against AI, minus, like, you can't make AI porn of, like, people. Something like that. Like, just things like that. That, you know, that was the only thing that we regulated, and we are set to lose, you know, hundreds of thousands of jobs by 2027 just based off of AI. And our jobs numbers are bad enough, and on top of that, whenever it comes to, like, trying to get a job just in general, it's goddamn near impossible. Even friends of mine that have, like, for context, I graduated high school, that's it. I have some certifications for project management, and not only have I project management for myself, but also for a nonprofit and also a company now. And it's friends of mine that have like doctorates and shit, they're having trouble finding work. And that scares the shit out of me because, like, all of us are putting in our applications, and those applications are being sent to an AI bot. And I'm really mad that that's how it is. That we have, you know, AI scanning our you know, resumes. And I get that, like, you don't want to pay someone to look through the fucking resumes, but stop being a little bitch and give someone a job to do that, because no one is finding work. And, you know, that's a wombo combo of some people, you know, some companies are willing to hire people. There are companies out there that say that they're willing to hire people, but they'd rather offload that work that, you know, this X person left, so Y person gets all of X's work on top of theirs. You have companies like that. And then you have companies that are using this AI, and this AI is just not working for them, and there's a disconnect. And a friend of mine that is a project manager and has been for a very, very long time, he was saying that, like, he's like, I don't understand. Like, I have friends that are trying to employ workers, but they just can't find anybody to work for them. And I'm just like, yeah, I think it's because, like, literally we have like 3 segments of possibilities of, you know, companies. Like, companies are making it to impossible. Like, they might be restructuring the AI, so it's basically goddamn impossible for you to fit into that mold of what they're wanting, just so they can offload everything onto one person, not have to pay an extra person. That's truthfully what I believe. And, like, you also have, like, I have the questions of, like, when are they gonna realize that they can't, like, they can't have all of us not have a job? You know what I mean? Like, all of us that are getting laid off, all of us that are, myself included, you know, we're all getting laid off. We're all losing our jobs because of AI and because of things like that. And I wonder where the tipping point is and how bad it has to get in order for that tipping point. Because at some point, it has to tip. We have Canada leading the charge, which good for you, Canada. Keep it going, babes. Keep it going. You know, they're leading the charge on boycotting American goods. And I applaud them. I think that that's great. Yes, it does hurt us. Yes, it will absolutely hurt me. I'm low income. I'm low all that. So, like, once I lose my job in October, I'm kind of like deciding what route I'm taking or whatever. I am going to see if my social media can actually do something. And if not, then I'm going to go back to my 9 to 5 and then do this as like a kind of more part-time thing. But, yeah, and even then, like, all the applications that I've ever been putting in, the past like 3 years since my job has been laying off people left and right. We've had 4 layoffs in 2 years. And then mine was the 5th in 2.5 years. So it was every 6 months they were dropping people. This company is being moved over to India so they can pay them poverty wages, which I think is abhorrent. And it makes me really sick that I work for a company that doesn't give a fuck about people. So much so that they are changing country codes to pay people poverty wages. They should be against that globally. Globally, they should be against that. But it seems that, you know, I work in healthcare and they don't give a fuck. They just don't give a fuck. Oh, I didn't put on... I didn't do my thing on social media. Oh, shit. I forgot to post that I was live on Twitch. I keep forgetting that. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. No. Oh, shit. All right. I'm done singing Fergie. Yep, that was also another thing that I wanted to talk about as it pops up. P. Hegseth reposted a thing about how women shouldn't have the right to vote. And I'd love for him to know that you can take that away whenever you take it out of my cold, dead hands. You shitbag. Why don't you drink more, bud? Go drink. Go on a bender for a little bit. Go on a bender so we don't have to deal with you. Because, you know, just keep drinking excessively for several days on end. You know? Because I would love to see him go away. So, again, Pete, you want to take our fucking right to vote? Take it out of my fucking cold dead hands, you beta cuck. I'm more of a man than you'll ever be. Sup? But yeah. There we go. Alright, let's do the linky link. So, because I totally forgot about this. But yeah, it infuriates me so much because I'm like, he's saying like women shouldn't have the right to vote. Now all of a sudden, that's a slippery slope. Who else are they going to strip of those rights to vote? Black men, indigenous men, Asian men, Hispanic men. Then they're not going to stop there. Do you think that they're going to stop there? It's going to be, slave-owning white men again. You know what I mean? Like, that's how it feels like it's going to go. Because they're sitting here posting about, what do you call it? About having, undocumented migrants have them work on farms for their American citizenship. It's all sounding like, way back. It sounds too similar to making America great for white cis Christian men. That's what it sounds like to me. It looks like breaking news, Emory College has a active shooter. Great. Love that. Love that for us. Aaron Parnas, bless that little man. He's an angel. But yeah, I guess there's an active shooter at Emory College. Let's go ahead and look that shit up. Let's go this way. Active shooter. Emory. Today. Okay. No. Let's see. Because that's, oh, God, I hope not. I hope no one's hurt. Oh, my God. So it is currently happening right now. Oh, God. So active shooter reported at Emory Atlanta campus. I hope no one is hurt. Oh, my God. I hope that they catch the man. I automatically assume it's a man. Active shooter. It looks like active shooter on Emory Atlanta campus at Emory Point CVS. So hopefully everyone is okay. Dear God. It looks like it's just happening right now. I don't know. I'm going to have it on the background a little bit, see if we'll see any updates on that. That's horrible. That's fucking atrocious. I feel we're going to see more of this shit. The more we have this, like, infighting, and the more we have, like, a president that believes some of us are the enemy within, I'm worried that this is going to become even more prevalent. My friend and I are going to hang out this weekend, and I always worry about, like, going to new cities and stuff just because, like, you just never know. You just never know. Like this right now, like, I really hope no one was hurt. Oh my God, I'm really stressed out about that. I talk a mad game and say that, like, and I typically am, can be kind of aggressive and mean, but, like, I swear to God, at the end of the day, I'm like, I can't deal with that. I can't watch people get hurt. It just breaks me. Oh, did you bring me a toy? Oh, Nugget. He brings me his little toy. Hold on, I gotta figure out a way to, oh God. Okay, you ready? Yeah. Try to bounce it off the wall so it'll, like, go into the living room. Bruce has been really in the mood to, like, play fetch, which he hasn't been in a while. And yeah, and Cleo, my turtle, he's like, beyond, like, happy with his new setup. He's been exceptionally active, and it makes me so happy. I love it. Hey! What's up, Alex? What you doing? How's life? Cleo is goated. He's got a new, like, tank setup, so it's like, what do you call it? Like, the platform is bigger, and his, like, slide portion for him to, like, climb up is bigger as well. And I'll just hear him, like, climb up and slide down, climb up and slide down, and I'm like, he is having an absolute blast right now. Like, he is just having the time of his life right now, and I just love that for him. And Bruce has been... Hi! Hello? And Bruce has also been, like, super active, too, which I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. What's been going on with you, dude? How's things? How's life? How's the baby? Not so much of a baby, but always baby. Chilling, waiting to go to practice. Coaching football. Oh my God, are you serious? I love that for you. I love that for you. I love that for you. That's so cute. That's so cute. I know. She's 9. I know, but always a baby. Just like Cleo and Bruce. They're always baby. They'll never not be baby, you know? Always a baby to us adults. Oh, good. I can't believe she's 9 now, dude. That's crazy shit. Oh my God. Nuts. Oh. Did I find the person? There's an active shooter over in Emory. The Emory Point. Cleo is past 20 now. I think he's 20 for me. Hold on, wait a second. 16. 26. 36. Yeah, he's like, for me, he's like 24. I think that he's like 28 now. Yeah. And every now and then I'll look up his age and then forget, or like how long they live. And then I'll forget. I'm not sure if that's because I'm sad about it or... Oh God, yeah, that's why. Oh, here we go. They can often exceed 30 years. Red-eared sliders can live a surprisingly long time, particularly in captivity. In the wild, they live 20 to 30 years. Some have even lived for 40 or more. Please, dear God. Exceptional cases like the turtle Tumulenia has been recorded to live for 180 years. Please, dear God, let Cleo outlive me. I cannot handle him leaving me. Like, every now and then, because he'll sleep kind of hard, and he'll be in the water, and he won't, like, normally if I go up to his tank, he'll wake up. Like, he's such a light sleeper. Tweak, Jesus Christ. Bruce is a exceptionally heavy sleeper. I've picked up Bruce in his sleep and, like, shook him. Like, oh my God, like in a panic, thinking that he was dead, right? He's like, no, about the shooting back home? Like in Southern? I can feel hair on my nose. No, I didn't. What's going on? Like, I didn't know that we had a shooting back home. Oh my God. It was 3 blocks from your fucking mom's house, dude? Oh my God. And, like, oh, I wanna see it. Leia, how are you doing? Yeah, no, that's crazy shit. I'm still kind of like peeking at the cops are just standing around, and I get like they have to do like whatever, but where the fuck is the shooter at? Like, get him before he gets anybody. Get him. Oh my God. Yeah, that's crazy. I just feel like this is gonna be way more prevalent. Was that like, I'm gonna have to look that up. Was that recent? Now you got me like wondering. But yeah, with like how much everything, oh my god. Oh my god. Um Oh my god. Oh my god, this happened like recently. This happened like 3 days ago. Killian Swain. This dude looks super familiar. Do we know him? Oh no, he's 20. Never mind. Oh no, I might know who is the person that. Wow. 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 That's crazy, dude. Wow. That's horrible. That's really horrible. Ugh. That's crazy that I was that close to your house, but not also like kind of not surprising. Johnson City is like very, very small town. Or not John, oh yeah, but we lived in a small community, so it's kind of just told out the thing, but I mean all you have to do is look up Southern Illinois shooting and it comes up. She comes up along with a couple others, but definitely comes up, and then also a thing for the shooting range, which I'm just like okay. Okay. Do they have it on? They have it locked down, I guess. Oh man, I'm watching the little live stream of it, and it just nothing. It's just the police and everything outside of this CVS. Oh my god. I wonder like how many like how often this is gonna happen. It feels like it happens more often and more often and more often, and yeah, that's horrible. Jesus Christ, dudes. And especially with like gun violence being as like prevalent as it is. I didn't even realize this, but like we had a ban on semi-automatic weapons up until 2004. And whenever Malachi and I were in high school, like we I like it didn't it only happened once with Columbine. And then, like, I think there were, like, a couple here and there, but they weren't nearly as prevalent. And now I feel like it's, like, active shooters are so common. And that's so scary. As I said, like, anytime I go to, like, a newer city, you know, I'm a little scared of, like, what the potentials of, you know, things happening, especially with, like, how expensive everything is and how crazy everything's getting. Riles, how are you doing? Oh, it's good to see you. I saw your post on Instagram. I agree with you. Like, what the fuck? Give us like, why only pin what was it, the legs and not like one, like they did one and the other, like so weird. Anyways. So yeah, we got, I don't know if you're seeing it on the news right now, but there is an active shooter over at Emory Atlanta campus at Emory Point CVS. So I'm sitting here, like, peeking at it, like, that's some scary shit, dudes. I don't know if anybody heard, but, like, if the Texas Democrats stay put in good old Illinois, baby, woo, they won't be able to gerrymander that state. So I'm really hoping that that continues on, because I'm really freaked out for that, because I have a lot of friends and in Texas a lot of them being people of color, and to know that their representation is going to be stripped from them is like, woof. Hasbro be Hasbroing. I feel that. But yeah, so hopefully that stops. I really wish that North Carolina wasn't as gerrymandered as we are, because I saw the map before, and I realized, like, whenever I voted, the last few times or whatever, I felt like I didn't, like, my vote was, like, so, like, the numbers were so low, and now that I realize how badly, because I saw the map finally, and I was like, oh, shit. Which, I mean, I'm against gerrymandering just in general, but if you want a war, I guess that's what you're gonna get. So hopefully, even if Texas doesn't, gerrymander and they don't get in there, I'm really hoping that at least one of the states gerrymanders the fuck out of theirs, to the Democratic side to offset what they did in North Carolina. I wish that we would have had enough representatives to do this sort of thing whenever we did get gerrymandered in 2020, I believe it was. I wish that we would have had the opportunity to do something like that, but obviously we didn't, because of, it's, yeah, Illinois gerrymandered theirs too, which is, like, again, I'm really not, like, into it. Like, I wish that we didn't have that. Like, I feel like we need representation all the time. Maria, how are you doing? I don't know if you messaged me today, but if you have, my day was a fucking wild nightmare. So I had to take a nap at lunch. I was so tired from all the bullshit at work, and I was just like, okay, I gotta go. And I just, like, conked out for like 30 minutes. Crazy times. But yeah, I don't know if anybody saw, I went over it before, but I don't know if anybody saw that Pete Hegseth reposted a Christian National video of, like, women shouldn't vote, and yeah, I'd love to see him take it out of my fucking cold dead hands, that beta cuck. So, like, he's a piece of shit, and the fact that he's doing that, I'm like, that's a slippery slope, because it's gonna end up being to where, like, he's gonna strip it from it, like, they're gonna strip it from everybody else. And I get that it's not just him that would be able to make that decision. I get that. But the fact is that he's posting about that, and that is scary as fuck. Absolutely, I will. I'll do that once I get off stream or whatever. But let's see. Yeah, it's crazy. And then, like, it's a hypocrisy for me that, like, we have laws. They've decided not to play by the laws and change the laws for them, and now they're complaining that the laws that, the rules that they changed for the game are now being utilized by the Democrats. And I'm just like, it's a fucking about time that they are doing something, but, like, Jesus Christ. Like, for instance, a Republican Utah senator, Stuart Adams, he rewrote, yeah, good old drunk Uncle Pete. I wish that he would drink a lot more for several days, maybe a couple of weeks straight. Love to watch that liver, go liver, go. Just keep drinking, buddy. How about you do, like, one of those gigantic mugs that usually are for, like, water bros? Why don't you get one of those? Just pour straight vodka into that. And then, utilize those those times. You gotta get your vodka intake by 9 a.m. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, because I love to see that liver just try its best, But yeah, there's a Republican Utah senator that rewrote a law after his 18-year-old relative was caught and charged with rape of a 13-year-old, with statutory rape, and changed the law. Let me make sure I have this right. So the law changed because originally it would be you would get a 25-year sentence and have to register as a sex offender. But now he changed the law to if the defendant is 18 and enrolled in high school when the act happened, then you get no jail time or placed on a sex offender registry. So he made it to where his relative is now skirting the law after he raped a 13-year-old child. Like, that's what I mean. It's the hypocrisy. They are truly the grand old party that wants to protect pedophiles. Was it the guardians of pedophiles? That's it. That's what they started calling him, is the guardians of pedophiles. And like right there, he would like Utah Senator Stuart Adams changing the law for a family member so they can get out of being a sex offender. And that happens in so many states. So many of these states are lowering the the consent laws. For what? For why? Wonder. So they can go out and grab themselves a little 13-year-old. It's disgusting. Ask ChatGPT how many Republicans have been convicted of sex crimes. I mean, that's very true. He was 18. And she was 13. So, yeah. That, like... You, like... That little kid... You know that there was coercion or, like, something involved in that. Because, like, knowing how things have been, especially for women, like, that just... not a young freshman. 13 is not a freshman. Either way, throw his ass to jail, give him a sex offender registry. I don't give a fuck. Like, 13 is 7th grade. 13 is 7th or 8th grade. Either way, disgusting, despicable. And then on top of that, having a senator change the law to get him out of the law. Nah, you're not above the law. You're supposed to be held responsible for your actions when you do something wrong. It's just plain simple. Like, I could not, like, as a parent, that would, like, because you have to talk to your kids before they turn 18. You have to have those conversations with them. And sure, it might have fallen on the parents in that aspect of it, but yeah, it's just eating Taco Bell. Dude, I fucking love Taco Bell. However, I've gotten to the point where I can't even eat their, like, sauces because they taste too sweet. So I have to bring Cholula with. Cholula is so good. But yeah, I know that you're not. But, like, I'm so mad about this. I'm so mad about seeing, like, children being violated. And then adults that know better change, like, moving the goalpost. So these children don't get justice. And I like, again, you have to, like, talk to your kids before, like, they turn 18 and be like, hey, this is how it goes. You know, even friends, like, before I turned 18, like, friends of mine even said shit like that to me. They were like, heads up, like, now that you're turning 18, you're going to be, you know, a senior in high school. You need to, like, know these things. And I was like, oh, I mean, I wasn't planning on that, but okay, good to know. They want the return of child brides. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Shane, I was saying earlier that Pete Hegseth retweeted or reposted a video about how women shouldn't have the right to vote. So, yeah, it is about controlling women. And it's like seeing all these people just not give shits about these children. The whole, like, Epstein files and shit like that. And he's not the first one to do it. He's not the first person. He's not going to be the fucking last person to sex traffic minors. Children. And, like, there was a video, and I've never seen this interview before, of, like, but the guy, just saying, I know some seniors who, like, yeah, and I mean, like, again, you have to, that's a good conversation to have with your kid, you know what I mean? Like, you need to talk to them and be like, okay, now that you're gonna be a senior, like, here's your first taste of being an adult. This is an adult thing. You need to understand that this is no longer, like, acceptable and blah, blah, blah. Like, I would have a very long discussion with my children. If I had any. I mean, one of the little ones is sleeping right there. Never gonna have to worry about him, you know? But, like, yeah, it's, you gotta have those conversations with your kids. It's the same thing as, like, whenever it comes to corn. Like, you have to talk to your kids about safe internet practices and understanding how to navigate the internet safely, and, you know, keeping tabs on your children to make sure that they're not getting messaged by random fucking men, which I know that there's good things about kids having social media, like learning how to edit videos, understand, like, kids that want to, like, do social media as, like, their job later on. I get it, but the risks are too high. I found out that my ex that I have a restraining order against was got involved in the Girl Scouts of America, then proceeded to message these girls, these children. He's 44 currently. Proceeded to message these kids, and then I found out two Januaries ago or something like that, two years ago, beginning of the year, from a mom, and she's like, "Oh, I know him," and or she didn't say that to me, but she said it to a friend of mine, and she's like, "Oh yeah, my daughter talks to him. She just turned 18," and that friend grabbed the mom by the arm, and she's like, "I have to talk to you, because this isn't the first time this man has done this." So, like, people are out there using things like cosplay, or using things like, you know, your favorite show or whatever, to be able to weasel into children's lives to be able to do shit to them. So, you know, like, you have to be on top of your kids' social media. You have to be. You gotta put parental controls up. You've got to, like, look at their messages. Like, it scares the shit out of me that these kids don't have that guidance by parents. Parents will a lot of times sit their kid in front of a tablet, just like they did TVs in the 90s, and just let them go rampant. Doesn't mean don't be scared. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Protect the kid. Yeah, exactly. And the thing is like, the whole restroom thing and being like, oh, you gotta keep the train, like, the restroom, blah, blah, blah. There was a biological woman that went to the bathroom who happens to be exceptionally tall. She was even saying in the interview that her entire family is all tall. And a white cis man barged into the woman's restroom and started yelling at her. Straight cis women are gonna get caught up in these crossfires of this bathroom bullshit just like that. It's a slippery slope. You start doing shit and it's gonna, like, it's easy to go down those roads. Oh no, you can't live your life in fear though. I know. Trust me, I know that. I'm from Southern Illinois. Do you think I'm scared? I'm not. I come heavily weaponized on a, whenever I go out and about anywhere. So, I mean, but I've always been like that. That's a Southern Illinois thing. Never know when you're going to get into a street brawl, with your friends in high school. Like, you never know when you're going to get into a street brawl and all of you guys are going to fight the entire, basketball team of the Marion High School. I don't know. Or like the wrestling team against the basketball team. You never know. You never know when brawls are going to happen. You know what I mean? Malachi's the only one here that knows and understands all of that. But yeah, like, you never know. So, I mean, I grew up in Southern, so, like, I definitely, learned. Hey, Chris stepped on the mat! Oh my god. I can't, dude, I can't. That was so funny. I still talk about that shit. I'm like, yeah, we had a fucking brawl, dude. There was a whole ass thing with the wrestling team and the basketball team. They're like, why? And I was like, step on our mat. We're gonna fuck you up. You know what I mean? Like, and then, like, it was crazy, but yeah. Shut the fuck up. Travis is not the wrestling coach now. No way! I love this! I love this! I love that you're the football coach and he's the wrestling coach. I just feel like this is, like, I just love it. The same dumbass people that they can always tell. No, they can't. That's why there's a ton of trans women doing, like, dramatic readings of their DMs. You know what I mean? Like, you can't fucking tell. You can't tell. So, yeah, it's crazy to me. It's just absolutely insane. But, oh my god, Alex, I love that. I love that so much. It makes me so fucking happy, dude. Ugh. Ugh. And then, like, I don't know if anybody heard that, like, trans military personnel are anyone that's, I don't know if they're involuntarily taking, this is for the Air Force, involuntarily taking early retirement or taking early retirement. I'm not sure which one it is, but basically the Air Force is no longer allowing them to have their retirement benefits after years of service. And I'm like, holy shit. That's absurd. Like, give them their fucking retirement. And, like, one of the things that they said is, like, oh, if you know, we have counseling for you. It's like, so these servicemen and women that did everything for this country, sacrificing their mental health, sacrificing their physical health, sacrificing, their, putting their lives on the line. And you're taking that? What the fuck? Oh, I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. If I'm wrong, let me know. Because I've read it, but I'm also not military. So either way. Okay, they aren't doing that? I really hope not, because it was specifically the Air Force, though. So I'm really hoping that I'm incorrect. I would like to be wrong. You know what I mean? I really want to be wrong about it. I really do, because I know Brenna is an officer. Oh, thank God. Okay, all right. Yeah, good. Thank you for letting me know that. Because I just... that would break me, because you're putting your lives on the line. The military is not easy. It is not easy. And it is strenuous, and it is, like, tough on you mentally and physically. And if they're not getting their benefits at the end, that's terrifying. So I'm glad that I'm incorrect. Good. Thank you for letting me know that. The Republican plan has always been about using, it's always about using fear to win the elections. I know that I've talked about it before, but like whenever I voted for him the first time, it was pure fear-based. He made me feel like Sharia law was going to be a thing, and I didn't want to lose my rights, and it put me into a big spiral. And then the people the people that I was around were all kind of spiraling in that same direction, so it was very easy for me to be swept up in it. And come to find out that was not going to be the thing or whatever. See, I've heard that the military actually doesn't care, but it's so like a lot of people are just ignoring the rules and not really like going off of what the administration is trying to push. So I'm but it's just about having those rights and being able to and whatnot. Because like I've seen interviews with other military, like with actual trans-military members, and I have a friend that's trans-military, and all of them have kind of said like that same thing, is like they don't give a fuck. And a lot of superiors just are like, yeah, whatever. Which I really hope is the thing. Yeah, black, gay, Italian, Irish, Chinese, etc., etc. The list goes on and on and on and on and on. But yeah, I easily was swept up in that because of the fear. Like, and now I'm like looking at this party that I have left and going, I'm literally seeing them do exactly what they fear-based me to believe the first go around. And, I immediately regretted it, like, right out of the gate. Because, like, I think it was, like, within 2 weeks, he started doing anti-trans shit. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I was like, well, I'm on this chopping block, son of a bitch. So, like, I promptly started to, like, look at things and go, why do I... why is this? Why is, like, and I started to do my own research. Because I should have been doing that from the jump, is, like, actually looking into things and reading and whatever. But it was easier for it to just be served to me, and I just didn't even think about it. Sometimes the thought crosses my mind about it, oh, no. Oh, socially, yeah. But also your stuff is, yeah. Hell yeah. Riles, yeah, I hate that crosses your mind. I fucking hate that. Because that's, like, before coming out as, like, gender fluid, I felt like I was hiding a piece of me, and, like, or I wasn't allowed to because I wasn't, one or the other. Like, I float between the two. And a friend of mine who's also trans was like, why don't you just make an OC, maybe one that you already have, make them non-binary, and kind of play with it and just see if it's the right fit. And like, I kind of needed that, like, permission, I guess. Which sounds really silly, but I needed that permission to be able to, like, look into myself. And as I started to, I was like, oh, I've always been a boy a little bit, and Malachi can vouch on that one. But I've always been, like, both, just dependent on the situation and what I'm doing. And I always kind of dressed a little boyish, and I've always kind of been, like, more feeling like one of the, spit rat. I'm not even going to say a word about that. I'm not even going to clarify what spit rag means. I'm not even going to do a goddamn thing. I'm just going to let everyone go, what the fuck? Gatorade bottles. Hell yeah. Everyone I know that is in and post-military just sees you as green or blue. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. And I've heard that too. No, you're fine. You're fine. I think it's hilarious. I love this. Because now people are like, what the fuck does Gatorade bottles and spit rag mean? What does this mean? And they'll probably go really gross with it. And it is, but not for the reasons you think. Oh my god. The stories. The absolute fucking stories. But yeah, I'm really glad that they're like not stripping them of that retirement benefit, because like that would have broken my heart, like honestly. Horrible. Yeah, just absolutely horrible. So hopefully military and everybody keeps on just ignoring, I guess, the bullshit surrounding everything. Ugh. I don't know if anybody heard about the energy secretary stating that they're going to be updating old climate reports. Chris Wright, energy secretary. And people are getting really scared on that one, because they're saying that kind of is what Stalin did back in the day. And I'm like, oh, fucking hell. They can't do it unless you kill someone or disgrace the military. Fair. Didn't know that. Wait, like, there's a heavy asterisk on that kill someone, though, right? That's a heavy asterisk on that. Because technically, if you're in war, technically. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, that's crazy. It's good to know that that's the only, like, 2 things. So, good. Let's fucking keep it that way, because you should be able to serve your country if you so choose. Very, very simple. So actually, good timing on you being on this, so I didn't say anything incorrect, because I'll always take a correction, because I don't want to give out bullshit, like, information. But yeah, apparently, the old climate reports, they're gonna redo it, which I wonder if it's tied into, if you sleep with someone's kids or spouse. The kids one is making me really nervous, because I'm like, kids or like adult kids? You know what I mean? Like, we have to ask these questions now. But yeah, how I was saying the other day, that they're wanting to crash the climate, satellite into orbit. 20 plus fair. No! You burnt your lip and the tortilla pizza? Fuck, dude. Girl, I hate that for you. Fuck. That's the worst. Ugh, tortilla pizza. I love tortilla pizza. I have to go pick up more tortillas. I did forget to grab those at the store. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like, I thought I had more and I have a half a tortilla. What am I supposed to do with a half a tortilla? R.I.P. R.I.P. 20 plus. Okay, that's, you know. At least that's there. But yeah, like, I'm wondering if, like, this whole satellite fiasco, if this is what they're doing with that, you know. I'm worried, because, like, climate change is for real. Like, again, we had within, I guess now, like 4 days and then like 5 days. But there was that, the earthquake in New York, then another earthquake in New York, and now an earthquake in New Jersey. And I'm just like, this is bad. I'm actually, Malachi, you'll probably agree with me on this one. I am goddamn terrified of the New Madrid going off. Like, I'm fucking terrified of the New Madrid going off, because Mom still lives there, and I'm like, and I have a shit ton of friends that live there. Like, I'm legitimately scared that if the New Madrid goes off, she gonna go off. You know what I mean? Like, she's supposed to be a dead fault line, but, like, I don't know. Hello, Goy. How are you doing? But yeah, I'm concerned that if the New Madrid goes off. I really like that fault line's supposed to be dead, but I don't know. I'm in the fuck it, put the cowboy hat on and ride it to hell. Yes! Yes! Goddamn. But no, for real, like, I'm so scared of the New Madrid going off, dude. It's like, if it does, like, the devastation. You cry, no. The devastation that would come with the New Madrid going off, because that's the one that rang the church bells in South Carolina. You're just in the alcoholism state, not giving a fuck. Nice. Nice. Good. Good. Don't give a fuck. It's the only way to be at this point. But yeah, I am pretty concerned about that, because again, it goes into the whole, like, they don't, like, that area, like, where the New Madrid fault line is, there are, like, scarce hospitals. Like, I just worry, like, the patient load that the hospitals that I, grew up around, they don't have that capability of housing a ton of people, and that's if the hospital isn't fucking destroyed. Yeah, Missouri. Yeah. I think Missouri and Southern would be really devastated by the New Madrid going off. I think Missouri probably more, I think. But yeah, Missouri, Kentucky, Illinois. I mean, hell, we had the fucking Jericho. Dericho. The fucking Dericho, dude. That shit was nuts. So for those of you that don't know, if you want to ever look it up, but Southern Illinois had this thing called a Dericho, which was a goddamn inland hurricane, and that was terrifying as fuck. You slept through it. I started to, but my window started to come in. Like, it was actually being blown inward. Like, I saw it come out of the actual window sill. Like the glass portion of it. And I was like, holy shit, dude. And so I realized, I was like, we have to, like, open up. You were working overnight, Sam's. Oh, I remember that. Yeah. And only one Walmart had power, and that was in Benton. So you had to drive, like, 30, 40 minutes to go to this goddamn, Walmart. And, but the cool thing is like, you said, well, I'll go to sleep. Yeah. Oh my God. That's so funny. But the cool thing I thought is like the community really rallied together. We all kind of knew that power was going to be out for a very, very, very long time. So a lot of us just kind of started to cook outside, and like, if someone didn't have a barbecue, you would bring your meat over to this person's house, like your next door neighbor, and everybody would cook. And then, yeah, May 8th, 2009, baby. Never forget. But yeah, it was really nice to see, like, the community come together, in the times of, like, a really bad situation. Yeah. It's got pissed at destroying all the windows. Oh my God. That's, at least they were okay. Mad about the windows being destroyed in his farm. Wow. That's a good point, though. Yeah, that would suck. Glad that they're okay, though. Or that they were okay, at the time. But yeah. Seeing, like, the communities come together, it does make me, like, feel like if Southern Illinois, we can do that. I think that, in times of crisis and need or whatever, we'll kind of, like, band together and do that, and take care of each other and try to escape, get out of the bullshit together. But yeah, man, that Dericho, that was interesting. That was a very, very interesting few days, week. It was like a week. We were out of power for like a week. Something like that. It was bad. We were out of power for a while. And some places even worse than the others. Like, one friend house, they didn't have power for like a week and a half, almost 2. So yeah, it was wild. It was wild. Super Jericho. Yep. And it was big too. That sucker was like, it spanned what? Southern Illinois, Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee, and a little bit of Indiana, I believe. It was huge. That fucker was huge. When you saw the actual Doppler for it, you're like, well, that isn't supposed to happen. I remember seeing like the Doppler for it, and I was like, whenever it was starting, I was like, we're in a hurricane right now. And I was living with my friend's family at the time, and they were like, it can't be a hurricane. We are inland. And I go, I know. I'm telling you, this is a hurricane. And they were like, this is crazy. And as it was like progressing and stuff, I was like, yep, hurricane. It's a hurricane. Chester to Louisville got the worst of it. Yeah. Oh, God, I remember that. Jesus. We fall right in there. Yep. Yep. We do. We really do. And then, like, you guys had, or like Southern Illinois had a pretty bad, like, tornado season too. It was at like a couple of years ago, and it was like, I remember seeing 14th Street just absolutely destroyed. Like their whole roof was like completely off. So yeah, Illinois, man, they get some rough fucking weather. People don't realize that, but Tornado Alley, they don't. Those tornadoes, man, they'll fucking get you every time. Every single time. Also, speaking of which, Trump's trying to gerrymander Indiana's map now, so that's fun. Yeah, that was a Marion. That was a Marion. No. No. Can't. Absolutely not. It's crazy. That's crazy shit, dude. I don't miss that weather. We don't get that. Although my first year out here, there was a tornado. And I was like, I looked at my best friend at the time, like my ex. He's still my best friend. But I looked at my ex, who was my boyfriend at the time. And I looked at him and I was like, dude, did we pack that? Check the bags. And I looked at him and I was like, check all the bags. Did we bring the tornadoes with us? Fuck! Like, I had not, and everybody was like, we've never seen tornadoes, like, in the downtown area. And I was like, we brought them. We brought the tornadoes with us, bro! God damn it! I thought I left those. Like, nope. You brought one with us. One tagged along with us, whenever we moved out here. He's since moved back to a different state. Like, he's so cool. He like wrote a book on NC waterfalls, was on the Travel Channel. I'm like, that's my boy right there. Fuck yeah. And he has a little angel as well. He's got a little girl, him and his wife. It's so cute. Why would he gerrymander? I know. That's what I said. I was like, I don't get it, but okay. I think that he's trying to get rid of all blue. So yeah, I think that it's all like he's trying to get rid of all of the blue. And I'm just like, I don't like cheating. I don't like changing the goalpost on anything, really. Never had tornadoes in Virginia. Oh my God, that's right. Yeah. I mean, we had the hurricane that hit, Asheville in North Carolina, which is horrifying. And I mean, they're not even remotely fixed. They're like, I have friends in Asheville and they're begging people to go tourist there. Closest thing to a natural disaster. Close the door. Gas explosion. Ooh. Yikes. That's horrifying. Not that it's the same thing, but there was like whenever I was living in like downtown Johnson City in Southern Illinois, 2 houses down from me, the house blew up from a meth lab explosion. So that's the closest thing I got. That's the closest thing I got on a gas explosion. But yeah. And honestly, it's fucking terrifying. Yeah, I know, dude. You weren't like, you heard that shit for miles. Like, that was, I literally was like, I froze. When it went off, I froze. Because I had no idea what the fuck it was. And on top of that, I didn't even know, like, what could have possibly made that noise. I just knew that I was too scared to move for, like, 3 minutes. I was like, what the fuck was that? And then eventually, I was told that it was a house that exploded. And I was like, what the fuck? And then I went outside and everybody's like, meth lab. And I was like, go figure. Like, I get it. About the same, our European houses are made of concrete, so just the windows blow out. Lucky. Because, yeah, here it's like, your house can be gone in a second, dependent on, like, all this. I don't know if anyone saw the video. I think it was of Asheville. But the floodwaters that came with that hurricane, there is a video of a street lamp pole, or like a electricity pole in the ground, in the water. And what I thought was a piece of a roof, right? So you see this thing floating, and it has like a pipe on the top of it. It looks like the roof of a house or something. And it hits this pole, and it just splits it, like, easily. Come to find out, that was a house. That was a full fucking house that the water pushed up against this pole, and it split it like nothing. Like it was paper. And when they finally told, like, someone was like, no, Jen, that's an entire house in the, like, floating under the water. That's an entire house. And that is the roof, but it's the roof of the house attached. And I was like, it wasn't just like metal that just like, and they were like, no. I go, oh my God. Oh my God. That was the moment where I was like, okay, I'm scared now. Build quality, so it's bad when felt. No. A lot of the shit that we have here does not even fit the standards of the EU or anything. None of the stuff out here does. Hell, like, one of the houses that I briefly lived in Johnson City still had asbestos pipes. We weren't allowed to, like, drink the water out of the tap. So, like, you know, called Don't Live in the Mountains. I mean, at this point, I don't know if we're going to be able to live anywhere. I think I've been saying it, like, for a little bit now, but, like, I'm like, when are we going to have to use big buses and decide to, like, caravan around instead of staying in one place because it's unsafe and we don't know if that area is going to, like, experience an insane weather pattern and you have to move areas dependent on, like, the weather system. You know what I mean? Although, in a weird way, I kind of I wouldn't like the weather aspect of it, but I would love the fact that we were all traveling around in little caravans together. I would love that. I do have to get over my hoarding problem, though. Squishmallows. You know what I mean? Like, I might have just a little bit of the shopping habit, which I am definitely trying to fix. Illinois will be safe when the oceans rise. That's fair. Every now and then I'm like, am I going to have to go back to Illinois because it's unsafe out here? Am I going to have to? Illinois, like, once you're a Southern Illinoisan, it's got you on lock for life. You'll come back. You'll come back. Like North Carolina, it's not ominous whenever I say that. I'm like, everybody ends up in North Carolina. Everyone ends up in North Carolina to some degree for an X amount of time, and then you go on your merry little way. Southern Illinois, she'll get you back. One way or another, she'll get you back. So yeah, every now and then I sit there and wonder. I'm like, when is it gonna happen where I have to go back home? So yeah. Oh, not be bad with huge buckets of asbestos next to the AC into. Oh shit! Seriously? That's crazy. Kicking and screaming, absolutely. Unless somehow Illinois ends up like more, you know. We end up with like a more of an ocean situation. That would be cool. Not cool, but I mean, I'd be like, okay, this isn't as bad because like here's the ocean again. The ocean followed me instead of tornadoes following me. The opposite, you know. But then that would mean absolute devastation. I'd rather not. But yeah, no, because Rend Lake, I can't do it. I can't do Rend Lake and pretend it's an ocean. I can't do it. I'm not going to. It's not even... You can't even pretend. You can't even close your eyes and pretend. There are some places I'd be okay with getting covered. That's fair. That's fair. I can name off a couple, but yeah. Nope, you can't dive Rend Lake. Nope. Too murky. Nasty. It's... that lake is... She's seen better days, that's for sure. You know? But yeah, it's definitely a Southern Illinois lake, that's for sure. Yeah, you can't see shit in there. You can't. It's damn near impossible. That place, Rend Lake is... She a soup. Good soup. Yeah. No, Rend Lake is... Yeah, every now and then I think to myself, I'm like, I'm surprised I didn't, like, get stuck on anything or like I don't know, get bit by a snake in there or like get in trouble, like I don't know, like there is some, there's some shit in that lake, and I'm surprised I never came in contact with anything that could have hurt me. But I dove down in Merma and Vienna. Oh my god, Vienna. I almost said Vienna. Could barely see in that. Jeez. I need to dive. I really want to get a diving, like a scuba cert. I want to do scuba because I really want to go eventually. Oh! Was that for you? Do I have a snackerfice? Hold on. I love this. My audio is working. Hold on. We got the jar. The jar. I'm gonna, like, look at him. Do you want this? Do you want one of these? You have to come up here and get it, though. You want it? Do you want a sucker? Yeah. Do you want a sucker nugget? Come here. You have to come up here. Yeah. Oh. We're gonna do a snackerfice. Bruce, Jesus Christ, dude. Look at it. These are so cool. Here we go. Hey. Oh, we're getting some good footage of Bruce. Oh. And now he's gonna... Oh, no, he's actually gonna go for the snack. Oh. Hey. Is that yums? Is that good? Yeah. He's like, oh god, that was good. There you go. Okay, now the sucker's done. There we go. Per pop. There you go, Nugget. Good job, bud. I was like, why does he have purple on his tail? Jesus Christ, I'm so stupid. I'm the stupidest fucking person. Oh! And there he goes. Off to go snuggle and possibly get some water now. Look at that. Thank you for the snackerfice. He thanks you as well. We just don't speak Cantonese, so I you know, but he's thankful for it. Yeah, he's a sweetie. He's my little sweetie pie. Your favorite sport you picked up? Dude, I wanna do it so bad. What do you think about, oh, Superman? Oh, Jesus Christ, him join. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. So stupid. You gotta be fucking kidding. Come to Funland to scuba dive. Only got 188,000 likes there. Oh my god. Oh my god. You can find treasure. You get to find treasure in the lake. Oh my god. In Finland? Oh, I realize what you're saying. Father found one and used to throw till. Oh my god. I would love that. I want to go on a little treasure hunt. It's one of my favorite little things to do is like just go and search for things. So I would be so down to go scuba diving and find little treasures. I would want that so bad. I want it so bad. Look up Lake Sima? I'm saying that so wrong. I know I am. I barely speak English. Are you kidding me? It's my only language. Malachi right there can vouch for that. So it's gonna be like, I saw her in school. How she says that she did bad in school? That's an understatement. Ooh. That's gorgeous. I love that. Like just like that style of like with like that sort of, oh god. The beauty. The grace. Oh. 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 You can see the rocks in the water. Oh my god. Oh. What's that even like? Our lakes don't even have shit like that. It looks like poop water for us. Drove to St. Vincent and Grenades 2 weeks. Oh, wow. That's rad. I passed by the skin of my ass. He is absolutely right. And I think a lot of those teachers either gave me a passing grade because they A, felt sorry for me, or B, didn't want to put up with my ass another year. You know what I mean? Like, I think a couple of those, especially history and government, those two, was the same teacher. I'm pretty sure he passed me because he couldn't take it anymore. He was like, there's no way this bitch is ever going to be able to learn this shit. Haha, joke's on you. It took me a long-ass time, but I finally did. Paul and Tim did for sure. You're not wrong. We gotta get Abby some subs. He's 20 away from 1,500. Hell yeah, dude. Get it, Abby. Yeah, I saw that he posted something about it, and then I just reposted it, but I didn't have time to, like, really, like, absorb what he posted. Hell yeah. But yeah, Tim definitely passed me for that. Sucheki definitely just was like, just let her go. She's in the wrestling team. I don't give a shit. Like, he was probably like, just let her go. But yeah, oh my god, so crazy. And also, Riles, in like, what, 2 weekends? 2 weekends we get to party! Woo! I'm so ready. So ready for this. Ready for, ToyTuber Expo. Or NinjaCon, as you guys keep calling it, and I keep accidentally calling it NinjaCon. And that's not what people need to look up. It's ToyTuber Expo is next weekend. And I have a ton of photos, one only prints, that I will be selling at my booth to help cover the expenses for the travel. Also in Finland, we have every man, basically, camp forage wherever you like. Oh my god. Are you serious? You can camp and forage wherever you want as long as you don't destroy the forest? That's insane. No, it's not. I missed it because there was a hurricane, I think. There were a couple of reasons. It was like, I think that it was a snowstorm and the same weekend as KatsuCon, I think. And I was like, yeah, I can't do that weekend, guys. I'm sorry. Or something like that. It was last year. But there was some reason why, and I think, no, wait, it was during Dragon Con. That's why. I believe. When the fuck was it? Yeah, it was something. I'm not allowed to say anything past 28, I think is the number that has been the consensus. Not allowed, apparently. I'm okay with it. So, technically no, but technically yes. But yeah, a lot of my friends are like, no, you're not allowed to say that. You're not your age. You have to be 28. I was like, okay. You're when your drunk ass Finn does better English, trust me. That's a lot of us Americans, I promise you that. The bar is not high over here. It is not high. Not even in the least bit. Our bar is pretty low. Some of us know the real number. My cousin posted it and I reposted it. And another friend of mine was like, is your cousin trolling you right now? And I was like, no, she just doesn't give a fuck. And I was like, I'm still reposting it. I don't give a shit. And then I got so many messages of people being like, this isn't right? And I was like, maybe. Maybe not. I'm 65. Where's my retirement benefits? Where is my retirement benefits? I'm just teasing. I'm not 65. Your mother language. Oh, really? That's cool. I envy people that have, like, either they were, born with a family of, like, a multilingual household, or they, like, learned how to be, like, at least bilingual. That's the word I'm looking for. Jesus fucking Christ. Bilingual. I envy people that are like that grew up like that. Because now I've been trying, my last ditch effort is, getting a tutor and having them do it. Because I think that that's my issue, is that I need someone to, like, teach me it, not, like, Duolingo, or I was kind of getting those two mixed up, but Duolingo and, I'm not even going to try. Shiraki? I'm so bad. God, we suck over here. God, we suck over here. Oh my god. But yeah, I always, like, Oh, Shiraki. Sorry, I didn't realize that you posted that, Malachi. My bad. No, yeah, we do speak Shiraki. We do. We have Chi-Town. We know our Chi-Town words. We got that. I know, it just took me a second. The ridges on this thing just now starting to appear, this thing smooth for a very long time. We don't learn Finnish. You may have got low. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. Either way, like, other languages, pretty rad. I really want to learn another language at bare minimum, like one, because it's kind of, to me, it's very like, I hate the fact that I don't know two, at least. I've gone back and forth. Like, I want to learn Spanish because I think it's important, but I also want to learn French because that's like my lineage. So it's kind of, I don't know which one I'm going to do. I don't know which one I'm going to do. I'll probably do both. If that brain capacity is there, which is, we're barely working on English, guys, so I don't know if I can handle a second one. I at one point I tried to learn Russian because I was married to one for a little while there. That didn't work out. But yeah, I definitely tried to, and he was also not a good teacher for me. Like, we did not teach and learn in the same cohesive way. Like, he taught the way that I don't learn, and like, it just frustrated the hell out of both of us because we couldn't. You learned German on Duolingo, and you're switching to French. Fucking good for you. That's impressive. Get it. Like, you were always way smarter than me anyways, but way smarter than me. No one knows how the fuck to speak this fucking nonsense. Also, oh my god, seriously? I've heard that, like, in different countries, like, there can be, like, a dialect difference, and I'm like, whoa. But I guess it's like, it's not even really, I can't even make the correlation between, like, Southern and Northern America. Like, the only thing difference is, like, you need to understand, like, people in the North don't really give a fuck about your feelings, so they'll tell you how it is. Southerners will be like, oh, bless your heart, and then they'll, like, go behind your back and start talking shit, but that's not even, like, the same really anymore, because we're so, like, everybody's everywhere now. So I don't know, like, yeah, further south you speak slower. Yeah, I had to, like, change up my accent here because they couldn't understand me, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So, like, I had my Chicago accent, so I would talk like this, and people didn't understand what the fuck I was saying, so I had to change my accent to where I talk different. Yeah. The more north you get, the more you speed up. Every now and then I'll slip and have a southern accent, and I'm not quite sure where the fuck that comes from. Hey, Maria, welcome back. Yeah, I don't know where the fuck the southern drawl comes from, but every now and then will slip out, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing here? Ew. Like, nope. No. But I can do, well, wait. I can do a pretty strong southern accent, but it ends up having just like a little Chicago twang on the end of it, so. Except in Michigan, fuck Michigan, dude. Oh my god. The hatred. Your southern comes out of you when you're angry or really drunk. I love that. I don't want to see you mad, but I'd be down to hear your accent drunk, but I just don't want to see you mad, because then that means that someone upset you, and I don't like that. Be like, girl, who hurt you? I'm gonna kick their ass. Oh my god. No, Maria, I've been on stream. Yeah, craziness. I don't, wildness. Is I gonna say it? Yeah, sorry. I will get to it. I promise. I didn't forget. Again, today was just bananas. Today was a crazy work day because my boss is out. So the other bosses that are already checked out, because a lot of us are losing our jobs, and the skeleton crew that they're running is like doing training all the time. So like, It's wild. Both kick their ass, probably. You're right. I think you are right. But yeah, I tried to like get information on like what the fuck to do for like different files and shit, and they were like just ghosting me, and I'm like, fucking hell. And then I just kept having to like go back in like my old training notes to like find things and like figure out where the fuck everything is. Like, hey Abby, how are you doing? We were just talking about you being like 20 people away from 1500 for the giveaway, right? The giveaway on YouTube for Figure Fight Club. Ready to go. I don't know all the lyrics to it yet. I make up a lot of them. So yeah. But yeah, how are you doing, Abby? You ready for next weekend, bud? It's gonna be crazy. I have to deal with me at a con for real. I don't know if you can handle that. Well, better talk to Drunk Hang. Got a lot more nonsense. What? But yeah, no, that's gonna be me though. I'll be that drunk bitch on cause we're gonna be in like New York for a hot second, and I'm like, I want to see. I'm so excited to see you, Riles. I'm so excited. Stickers are shipped. Oh my god, Avi. I'm so excited for these stupid fucking stickers, dude. They're so stupid. I love them. Like, I feel like we should have a tally of how many people try to do the thing on the sticker. I really want to see how many, like, have a tally going. It'd be so funny. I have to, like, pack up everything. And also, Abby, I don't know if did I tell you that I have prints that I have for, signing and whatnot? I even got, like, little, I went as far as to get, like, the forms, or the little, like, sleeves for them. So, I'm really stoked about it. Ish might be on my plane. I can't wait. I'm gonna fuck with him. I'm gonna ask someone if they can switch me seats so I can, like, sit right next to him and just annoy the shit out of him all day. Be like, what's going on, bud? No, I probably wouldn't annoy him. I'd probably just sit there and quiet and do my own thing. So I like to think that I'd annoy the shit out of him, but I'd probably just sit there. Let's see. September 25th is Anime Fest and STL. Oh my god. That's right. I should go to an STL con at some point. But it might be too close to you know where. It's facts. No, I went out there for Mom's birthday, but it was like specifically like only for a couple of days. That's why I didn't like message hardly anybody. No, I didn't even message anybody because it was like my family came down from Chicago and we did like a whole birthday weekend for Mom. But at some point I'm going to come back, and so we'll have to hang out because you're still back. Are you back? Yeah. Oh, yeah. So no, that's perfect. That's perfect. So I'll have to stop by because I always rent a car, because you can't not rent a car if you're going to go back home to Southern Illinois. You kind of have to. There's no way around that. There's no train, like, no train, no plane. I think that there's, like, a mini plane. No. No. Gotta bring a mask if people are gonna take photos with me. I'm not photogenic. Just do derp faces. Deliberate. Like, lean more into it. That's what I do sometimes. If I don't like what I look like, I'll just be like... In photos... So much easier. So much easier. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't see what you're talking about, Riles, but just do derp faces. Do derp faces. It'll be fine. I'll still take photos with you. Train goes to Dale and planes go to Marion, JetBlue. Oh, Marion has JetBlue now? Seriously? I didn't even know that they had a big enough airport for that. What? Hmm. Hmm. The small ones, yeah. I'm so worried about flying into Marion Airport. Because it's like, but there's a dispensary right there. So, I mean, and that dispo, she expensive, bro. Like, whenever I went there and I told my mom, I was like, all right, while you're at work, I'm gonna, like, because I got in, like, one of the days that she was working. And so I hit the dispo up and I bought, like, I was buying in DC or, like, basically any other state. And then they rang me up and I was like, oh my God. Can I open the edible pack now? Because, like, I need that for a second. Like, it was crazy. Ascend like 3 minutes down the road. God damn, I'm so jealous. Nothing has made me more angry than leaving both Massachusetts and Illinois, and they both legalized, and North Carolina has just been sitting on their hands, not doing anything. I think they reintroduced more legislation. Because the thing is, for me, I actually, my doctor and I have talked about it, and she's like, yeah, you're going to be put on, because at some point I made an appointment. I was like, okay, I'm not going to mince words. We both know that I've been through so many anti-anxiety meds, antidepressants, everything, and nothing works on me. Can we, when it legalizes for at least medicinal purposes, get me on the card? And she goes, oh, yeah, I was already going to do that. And I go, oh. And she's like, yeah, because not only does it take care of, like, my anxiety, depression, it also helps me focus, and it makes me eat, which is a huge thing because Malachi will remember, like, in high school, like, even up until recently, like, I definitely had an eating disorder and I would not eat. And it wasn't necessarily because I just didn't, like, I'd get hungry and I'd just ignore it. It would be like I had trained myself for so long having an ED that, like, I didn't have that ability to tell if I was hungry or not. Yeah, whenever I was hanging out with Malachi in high school during lunch, so I wouldn't eat breakfast. I would only, like, at lunch I would have a, like, small granola bar and a Gatorade. And then that was it until, like, I ate dinner. And then that was the only thing I ate. So, like, I definitely, like, as I started to, like, deconstruct a lot of my issues and start to recognize my own flaws, that was one of the things that I realized, because I, all of a sudden, like, as I started, partaking in the devil's salad, gardening, if you will, I realized that I was, like, gaining weight, but it wasn't, like, bad weight. It was, like, healthy weight. And then all of a sudden I hit puberty late in life. I think that I literally, like, part of me is like, I think that I was kind of hitting puberty, but I think I stunted it to the point where, like, once I started eating again, I was like, holy shit, I have tits and ass now? Weird. That's weird. And then it just kind of, like, yeah. I sat in the art room and watched music videos. It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I was definitely not okay. Malachi knows that for goddamn sure. He saw it firsthand. He saw the OG Jenna shit. Like, he's been there from the jump. He knows everything. He knows the secrets. I straight up don't eat or overeat. No in between. Oh, you don't eat or you overeat. Yeah, I feel it. Yeah, Jenna didn't hit puberty until, like, 30. It was a freak thing. It was, yeah, for sure. No, for real, though. It really was, like, that. It was so weird. Like, it's so weird that that's kind of how my, everything went. But, I mean, I wasn't eating. And so my doctor definitely noticed that I was eating and gaining weight, but, like, not in a bad way. Because there was, at one point, and I I didn't care enough to like pay attention to what my doctor said. But at one point I went to my doctor for a physical, and she told me that um if I lose any more weight, we're going to have a chat. And I was like, what the fuck does that even mean? Like, I was so in my own, like, ED that I didn't even realize that that meant, like, I was too skinny for my age and height, that it was concerning enough for her to say something. And I never even thought of that until later, once I started to deconstruct everything and go, oh, if I, yeah, she was concerned about my food intake. And then once I started, like, at that point I wasn't smoking at all, and then I started to, and then I gained weight, and then we didn't have that talk. So, you know, she's seen me in that avenue of, like, concern weight, but on the low side, because I wasn't eating. So I am glad that I did a lot of soul searching and a lot of work on myself to be able to realize that, like, is she bad? Like, this is bad, and I need to fix this, you know. And I feel a lot better now that I eat like a person. It's always nice because I actually have some fucking energy. Yesterday, because, like, I still am, like, no, the rattle went away. Like, whenever I get a nasal infection, it hovers for, like, 2 weeks. Just because I have asthma, so it kind of, like, which is hilarious that I garden while I have asthma, but, I didn't, like, garden at all yesterday, and I, you know, got off stream, you know, did a few things, and then started to go to sleep, and then I realized that the only thing that I had all day was, like, 2 eggs, and I realized, I was like, oh shit, I did it again, without even recognizing that, like, I was doing that, and it's because I wasn't gardening, and it didn't trigger, I literally think that I have, like, disallowed my body to have, like, a hunger feeling. Oh God, did you find something? Oh my God, it's us! Look at us! I'm gonna show it off, I don't even care. Look at us! Look at us! There's Bestie. Yeah, in middle school and high school, I barely, if I ever ate school lunch, yeah. Yeah, weighed 90 pounds, I feel that. I remember, my freshman year of high school, I finally tipped the scale at 100 pounds, and I cried. Like, I had a meltdown, and no one knew about it. I did it in my own room, because, like, at the time, I had, like, a really bad home life situation. My stepdad was a real big piece of shit. And I didn't find solace in anything other than, like, you know, I was just like, I'm not even gonna, this is a me problem, I need to just cry it out or whatever. And I was really upset with the fact that I was 100 pounds at that point. I was like, looking back on that, I'm like, I really wish I could go back in time to that point and, like, give myself that hug that I needed right then, and be like, bitch, are you kidding me? Look, this is sexy as fuck. This is anorexia. Like, you know, and it, like, I probably wouldn't have said that, but I just, like, I just want to hug my old self, like, especially in that moment where I had that meltdown of being like, I'm fat, I'm disgusting, because I had 100 pounds. Heartbreaking. Fucking heartbreaking. Yeah, it always, I wish I would have been more, like, open to my friends about it. I feel like we all kind of probably knew, like, some shit that was going on with me, but just didn't, like, we didn't have the words or the knowledge for it either, so, you know, It's crazy. It's crazy whenever, like, things like this are it's so prevalent. It's so prevalent. 145, 140, yeah. And the least I've ever weighed as an adult used to be 260. Wow, Riles. Hell yeah. Getting, like, you're fit as fuck, though. Like, you are fit as fuck. Anytime I've seen you on, like, videos and photos, I'm like, girl, you are fit. Get it. Like, fucking get it. But yeah, like, it's so crazy that we have all this, like, stuff that, you know, kids, you know, get subjected to, and then it makes them feel like they have to, you know, be a certain way and look a certain way and do, you know, X, Y, and Z. So it's, I hate that, because I grew up in, like, you know, the time period of being like, oh, I love models and, like, runway models and, like, you know, the cocaine chic kind of look, and I really fell into that rabbit hole of being like, I want to look like this. And then, like, at 5'2", you know, there wasn't, like, there was no way I was gonna be, like, a runway model specifically. There was no way that, like, you know, I would be able to hit that body type that I really wanted. Being, like, tall and, like, super crazy, you know, coked out skinny. Runway models in the 90s kind of look. And I always kind of looked at myself and felt really down. And it took me so fucking long to, like, get out of that mindset. It, like, up until recently, I think that I finally, like, broke free of that mindset and feeling like, ooh, I need to, like, oh no. Sean's, like, an airplane pilot now, I believe. Like, dude is crazy. I'm the one in the school that became, like, the influencer. I'm the one that became TikTok famous. I'm that person in our school. I don't know how I feel about that. I didn't expect that one. It's crazy. Everybody else has normal lives, and I'm the only one that I feel has, like, the craziest out of all of our lives, where it's like, sometimes I show my butthole on the internet for money. Like, like, what the fuck, Jen? Like, ah. Didn't see that comment. Yeah, I know. Right? Oh my god. It is kind of funny to me, and I was like, you know what? I guess I'm that one in the school that became the absolute... You know what? It had to be the goth out of all of us, you know? It had to be the goth kid in high school that's the one that was like, oh, goth is popular now? This is my time, bitches. Like, yeah. Work out, plenty of rest, you know, eat your green vegetables. Yeah. I actually have a head of lettuce that I'm going to dig into once I'm off stream. I saw someone do this, and I was like, yo, you can just do that? So someone took, like, a head of iceberg lettuce, cut that motherfucker in half. Then, you put, like, I'm salivating, I'm thinking of it. You put lime juice on it, and tahini, chili powder, and tahini, or Cholula. Cholula. Yeah, literally salivating. That shit's good. And I mean, I know that, like, really the lettuce is just a boat to get the hot sauce, tahini, lime juice, and chili powder into my face hole, and I'm aware of that. However, so good. So good. The one who likes Cradle of Filth, exactly. Us goths are just like you, but we listen to Cradle of Filth. Like, oh my god. The IT crowd, whenever I watched that TV show for the first time, the goth that's in there, Richmond, there's a part where he's like, I remember the first time I heard Cradle of Filth. And both him and I went like this at the same time because I remember the first time I watched a Cradle of Filth music video and I was like, I love this shit. This is good. I like this. Didn't like the gatekeeping from the friend circle I was in, though. That was a problem. Where they're like, you always have to dress in all black and you always have to listen to metal. And I was like, nowadays I'd be like, well, for one, fuck you. For two, I'm going to listen to Grateful Dead whether you like it the fuck or not. Because Deadhead, but also, like, there's multifacets in my repertoire. I can't just pick one. Sometimes I want to be gothy. The other times I want to be a stoner hippie in flowy clothes. Being high off my ass eating snacks. You know what I mean? Can't take the Deadhead out of this, you know? Yeah, you were fine with it. It was the other front. It was like Harry and the other two. Anyway. But yeah, it was him. It wasn't you. No. I grew up, like, I was friends with a lot of people, though. We did jam going to our vocal coach. Yeah, we did. I can find, like, I do that song now. Like, or I do Phantom of the Opera with Steve, who's our DJ, or our K-DJ, our karaoke DJ. One day he was like, hey, do you know Phantom of the Opera? And I was like, yes. And he was like, do you want to sing Phantom of the Opera with me? And I was like, yes. Like, I was like, oh my God, where's Alex? Alex! Metal reigns supreme. Yeah, gatekeeping is lame as hell. That song reminds me, hell yeah. Same though, same. Cause we learned how to sing that shit. I fucked up on our duet. Like I face planted on that one. I was so nervous. Like back in those days, like I did not have any confidence in myself. I had no confidence in myself. I would say up until a few years ago. Like, I had no confidence in myself. And every time I think of that, I'm like, oh, yeah, same with the Evanescence song, dude. I'm like, I got kicked out of prom for that shit. That was a getting kicked out of prom song. For context, my ex, whenever we were like, Alex and I went up to sing Bring Me to Life or whatever, my ex, with his new girlfriend, sat on the sidelines and booed me. And so I got off the stage. I went right up to him and I was like, what the fuck is your problem? Which, by the way, again, going back into our old conversation, yeah, we were both like, oh fuck. Whenever I went up to him, at the time, because he was a basketball player, I was a wrestler, there's a whole animosity between the two in our school. There was like a little thing because we even had a brawl with the two. So I went up to him and I was like, no, this motherfucker is not. So I went up to him and I was like, what the fuck's your problem? And his little girlfriend stood up and she was shorter than me and I'm 5'2". And so I just went like this and pushed her back down in the seat and I was like, what the fuck is your problem? And he pushed me and I was like, I was like, I can sit this bitch down, but you're not fucking touching me. And so he pushed me back like 2 steps. I took 2 steps forward and slapped the shit out of him. And I was like, don't you ever fucking touch me. And like one of our teachers was like, she saw it and she was like, she like did not, she was like, I didn't see shit. Cause I saw her push him too. Or I saw him push her. So she's like, That, I don't even think they saw me push the little one. Cause I basically just pushed her back into her seat. Because she stood up and I was like, nope, not your thing. Yeah, you had no chance to stop her. Yep. Alec, he was like, she's gone. It's over. But no, I still to this day, I'm like, I wish I could have, if I could come in, like, if I could magically appear in one time period, I would get as gothed out as fuck. I would be the beacon of, like, goth, and I would transport myself to that moment, and after he gets slapped by me, I'd be like, good job, Jen, and then old or young me would turn around and be like, oh my God. And I'd be like, hey, Tyler. Poof. And I'd be like, what the fuck's up now, bitch? But I would do it with my left hand because I did it with my right hand that time. And I found out that I'm more left-handed oriented. So I'd be like, poof. Like, beat the shit out of him and be like, I know that he was a kid at the time. I don't give a shit. That's my young self. I don't give a fuck. Like, I would just slap the shit out of him back. Be like, don't worry, Lil Jen. I always got you, Boo Bear. And I'd be like, I turn into a goth queen. And they'd be like, and then pop away. Like, yeah. He was a douchebag. I think the only reason that I liked him is because he was, like, the main dude on the basketball team. I did learn how to like, what do you call it? I learned all about John Deere tractors with him. He was obsessed with John Deere tractors. Obsessed. I think I also like the idea of corrupting him too, which looking back on it, I think that I knew deep down inside, because he was like super heavy Christian and I'm super pagan, and like I was corrupting that little man to the nth degree. So I think that that's what it was. All right, Abby, I'll see you later. Just trying to be alpha, but hoping it was. Oh, right. Oh yeah, yeah. Yep. I think that if I would have understood that I was gender fluid earlier, especially during that time, if I would, like, that's something that I think would have changed the game for me entirely, is I think that if I would have realized I was gender fluid in high school, I would have not dated the people that I did, because a lot of times it was because I wanted to be him. Like, I was actively trying to replicate that person, and I didn't understand that there's, like, a difference between being attracted to someone and being attracted to their aesthetic or the things that they're doing and trying to emulate that. I didn't understand that there, like, and the more that I've talked to people that are in the trans community, and as I've came out, a lot of people have said that, hey, like, you know, a lot of times I would date the wrong person because I want to look like them, or, you know, and I was like, whoa. One of my friends said that to me, and I was like, whoa. Is that for real? And they were like, yeah. And I go, oh my God. And then I started to deconstruct that, and I was like, yep. Like, I can pinpoint almost every single ex, just about, minus like one or two, that were specifically, I dated them because I realized that I wanted to be them, not be with them. And I didn't understand the difference between the two. It could have helped me out definitely in my like past 3 relationships, that's for sure. Because looking at their style and looking at my boy's style now, I'm going, uh-oh. I have all 3 of their styles put together, but I just do it correctly. Plain simple. Because they don't know how to dress, but I do. I do. Again, I was in modeling for a long time, so honestly, not their fault that they weren't model material. I need to stop. I'm so fucking mean. I'll stop. I promise. One day. I had to pay a lot of money for like 2 out of the 3, so a lot of money has been sank into those motherfuckers, so I'm well within my rights. Once you spend about $10K collectively on taking 2 to court, you tend to be able to talk shit about them. That's my opinion. I think once you've spent any amount of time or money on court costs with someone, you're allowed to talk shit about them. Within reason, obviously. But yeah, it would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of hassle if I would have realized that, like, those were style choices or, like, things that they did that I wanted to emulate. Tyler, I think that his was more like I wanted to corrupt him. I think that was purely probably what it was, but I could be very, very wrong because I don't really remember that relationship other than the fact that that boy had so much John Deere shit in his room. So much. It was like a 5-year-old's room, except for it was like, actually, like 5-year-olds that are like little country boys, they definitely decorate their room like that. So I'm just talking mad shit today. I don't even care. I don't even care. Yeah, it's not changing. It's just that I'm doing it on the internet now. But yeah, I think that I liked his, like, I don't even remember what he wore. So I kind of am assuming that that was because of either one or the other. But yeah, it would have saved me a lot of hassle and time and energy if I would have just understood that. And I think that that's like that like random segue, but that's why I believe that we should be allowing our kids to understand and read about being trans and being gay and having that representation, because I didn't have that representation. And I left a lot of shattered hearts in my day because I wanted their aesthetic, not their hearts. So I have destroyed some lives because of that. So representation matters, everybody. Otherwise, you're going to get crazy bitches like me that don't realize that they're gender fluid and break several men's hearts over a period of, like, basically our entire life. So, yeah. Representation. But yeah. Yeah. I wish that that would have been something that could have been... Yeah, you can name at least 4, I'm sure. Yeah. Definitely my last 3 were more geared towards I think I wanted to be like them, not be with them. I mean, those three boys are not great people anyways, so I don't really feel bad about it. But I wish that I would have known so I could have saved myself that time. Like, I definitely feel like I wasted a lot of time where I could have been healing and growing. And I also think that it partially is like, yeah, 2 from high school. Yeah. I also think that, like, a heavy relationship addiction, I don't know if that's actually a thing, but I did look up, like, if that's actually a thing. And it's kind of a consensus of, like, kind of, yeah, because it hits the same endorphins as, like, drugs. So I think a lot of my past mistakes in relationships had to do with the fact that I had a desperate need of, like, filling that, like, addiction of, like, chasing that dream. And then, inevitably I would change myself for the person to try to fit this, like, mold for them because I wanted to, and realistically it wasn't what I should have been doing in the first place. But yeah, that's why I'm always like, man, if you're people that get in and out of relationships really fast, I'm like, please learn from my mistakes. Don't do shit like that. Heal. And it's gonna suck. You're gonna, like, whenever I stopped dating, I literally felt like I was going through withdrawals. Like, I was, like, going on online and finding, like, the 12 steps or whatever, like, to basically utilize those resources of, like, how addicts, the things that addicts use to get over that addiction. I used those same tactics to break me of the cycles that I was repeating. So yeah, I definitely feel like I lost a lot of time that I could have been spending with myself and enjoying my own company versus, like, being a part of that. But yeah, just thought you needed a significant other when you were just fine being you. Yeah, exactly. I mean, when one of them gets jealous of me, who's like a little brother to you, would be in hell. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was crazy. That dude was nuts. There was a couple of exes that were definitely like problematic. I actually was talking about I don't even give a fuck, but I was talking about yeah, me too. I was talking about Alan the other day, and I was like, yeah, he's a white supremacist. And I didn't realize it while I was dating him because I was just so like just like he had full ass control of me though. Like he knew that I was being abused at the house and then just took off advantage of that. And what's crazy is the girlfriend after me said exactly verbatim what I said to a friend of mine, and this girl who doesn't know that this friend of mine knows me, and she said the same thing, and we both said if he hasn't unalived someone, it's only a matter of time because he was so bad. You were hurt, but yeah, this guy was so insecure. Absolutely. But yeah, like I didn't even realize how bad like the situation was with my ex Alan is like how like how bad that man was. Like the more I've like deconstructed a lot of that because like I'm unlearning a lot of the things that I was brought up on, whether or not that be prejudices or little things or whatever. And as I started to deconstruct those, which I only have bits and pieces of that relationship in my head, because I was so fucked up at the time, not like on drugs or anything, but because I was like so heavily abused that I didn't understand what, like, I only believed what he was telling me. And the only reason that I left was because he threatened to kill me. And I was like, okay, I gotta get out. And I knew in my heart that that was a thing. And then as I like left that relationship, I realized that there were at least 2 times. One definitely that he took me out in the middle of the woods to potentially unalive me. And one of the times he had me leave everything, including my phone, took me out in the middle of the woods, like way out to like Ren Lake area, like out in like a dock area, and just like, yeah, I realized at that moment I was like, he's gonna kill me. There was like it wasn't like a dock area, but it was like a spillway, I think. Anyways, he took me out on that, and I was like, yeah, this is yeah. Oh yeah. No, and I literally didn't believe anybody because he was literally telling me that everyone was like these horrible people. Like, that's why I was so isolated during that, is because like I literally had no clue that he was like literally mentally controlling me. And I didn't trust anything unless it was coming from him. Like, it was bad. And then as I started to learn, like now as I'm starting to like deconstruct a lot of this stuff, I was like, this man was a fucking white supremacist. He's a white supremacist. I don't know if he still is, but it would not fucking surprise me. He was a wild human being. Yeah, it just like so many things I've deconstructed over the years where I'm just like, oh man, like I feel like I more so feel bad for my friends that had to witness the things or, you know, see the things that were being done to me and knowing that I wasn't listening. And I really hate that. And I wish that like maybe I would have had like a slightly better home life so I wouldn't have realized that like, oh, this isn't normal. I wish I would have had the access to the internet that I have today to be able to look that shit up and go, oh, this isn't good. This isn't normal. This is something that I should never like have dealt with. Has anyone else in chat had a friend who would not listen to you when you tell them that wait a second. Has anyone else in chat had a friend who would not listen to you when you tell them that they are in a bad spot? I feel like a lot of people end up having that because it's way more common, you know, in children that are abused. Hey, Omir, how are you doing? Um, I feel like it's way more common, in kids that are in abusive households and grew up with abuse. Because I wish I would have known how bad my abuse was with my stepdad to tell people how bad it was. Um, like I didn't have that language or that knowledge to be able to like put two and two together. And then you have someone like Alan that comes around. I'm 16 years old. I think he was like 18. Which kind of, is one of those things where I'm like, he was absolutely a predator. He knew what to say to me. He knew what to do. He even got my dad to like take his side on things. Like he knew how to manipulate people, especially me. And he knew how to manipulate like even my dad around me. Because he knew me and how I would respond to things. So I was like, this man's insane. Like this shit's crazy. Actually right before I left Southern Illinois, cause I'm pagan. I do a lot of witchcraft and stuff. And I had, at one point done basically some magic on myself to where like, if he's around me, I can't see him. I don't want to be like, basically I did a cord cutting, but I did it to the nth degree where I was like, nothing of him shall show up in my life ever again. And I was in Walmart and it was right before I left Southern Illinois. And I was, grabbing something and I hear Jen, like I hear my name and I'm looking in the aisle and I'm the only fucking person in the aisle. And I'm like, who the fuck is saying my name? And then I hear my name again. And I'm like, who the fuck is saying my name? And I'm like looking around. And he put his hand on my shoulder. He was right the fuck there. And my brain didn't see him. Now, whether or not that's magic or trauma response, I don't know. But either way, I did not see him at all. And I looked at him. And I went, huh, nope. And I walked away. I literally went, nope, walk. And I did like kind of, glance at the girl that he was with. And she looked just as broken as I used to. And at the time I was still broken, but like not nearly as badly broken as like what that man did. And I looked at her and I was like, oh my God, he's doing the same thing to her. And come to find out that's the same girl that eventually said to my friend, if he hasn't killed someone, it's only a matter of time. And hearing that and knowing that was like the craziest fucking thing to hear, like see that like come full circle. And I was like, oh my God. And then at some point, like years later, like I think this was like 10 or 11 years ago, he tried to friend me on Facebook. And I was like, what the fuck? And his profile picture was him in all black at night, pointing an AK-47 at the camera. And I was like, checks out, block. Girl. That's some scary shit. That, to me, whenever I saw that, I was like, let me check the area. And
It's gone quiet now, and I'm afraid he's dead.
stretch check. I'm loving the fact that my sound alerts are working. They're working. Nog. Stretch check. Oh, you can't see. Hello, camera. Stretch check. I'm going to just pop a little squat right here where you can actually see me. Look at this. There's hair in my mouth. All right. But yeah, no, he was a psychopath. Absolutely psychotic. So, super glad that I survived that shit, because there's a part of me that's like, could I have not survived it? I don't know. No, you're right. You're right. Absolutely. But yeah, what a fucking wild, like, what a wild life I have led. I feel like I've lived like 1,000 lives, so part of me is like, you know what? Like some of me is happy that I went through the things I went through because like I do have all that like understanding, and it's really helped kind of guide me and the way that I not only treat others, which, you know, me talking shit on my exes probably is not like the right way to like make that seem like, you know, whatever, but they can fuck off. But yeah, like it's helped me kind of understand like other people's like trials and tribulations and be able to empathize a little bit easier to people. No, they do. Again, I'm like, if I've had to do anything court-wise, one, I'm probably not gonna like actually say the name of because he is, you know, or two of them because they are close by, and I have to, you know, renew a restraining order against in 2027, but I did get that baby renewed for 2 years, so pretty rad. He tried, I don't know if any, like, if I told you this, Alex, but, he tried to say that he didn't receive his renewal and then in the mail to, like, here's your day to appear in court. He said that he didn't know, or, like, he didn't get it, and that his address was wrong, and everything that he wrote, the address was the same as the one that was sent. So he tried to get out of it, and they only gave me a year, and the judge was like, you know, you probably won't get this renewed next year. And I was like, okay, well, at least I have it for a year. He decided to fight me in court, brought in a lawyer that had, like, obviously, my lawyer was like, he lied to her. She's like, now, she's not a bulldog. I'm a bull. Like, I got a defense attorney, even though I'm not defending. You know, no, it's that one. But yeah, so the defense attorney, so my lawyer was like, she was lied to. She's like, because she was saying like, so I saw them talking, and then whenever the photos got brought up of like the assault, his lawyer looked like she had a look on her face like, this man did not tell me everything. And she got steamrolled by my lawyer like immediately. I still think it's so amazing because like my lawyer, she a bulldog, right? And she's gorgeous too. Like, she was like super tall, skinny, like model style, the biggest rock on her fucking hand that I've ever seen in my life. And just an attitude. And so she was like, she asked him a question, did this, and then crossed her legs and went like this at him. And I was like, oh my God, oh my God. He put his little girlfriend up on the stand. Like, she was high as fuck. Everybody told, like, my friends that, like, went with me told me that the only time I stopped shaking was when she was up on the stand. And it's because I was completely floored with not only how much weight that she put on, but also how high she was. And I was like, I'm a stoner, bro, but I'm not, like, that bad. Like, everybody was telling me that she was on, like, she was Xannied out. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's what that is. I don't know. Oh, no. No, he's the one that, that contacted girls from the Girl Scouts that he met. So, I do have a rat in the jar. I have, like, a lot of oddities at this point. So, like, wet specimens, I do have a lot of. But yeah, like, that whole, like, court case was just absolutely insane. And then I ended up getting 2 years. So, he was like, I'll just go to court and I'll get it thrown out. 2 years, bitch! Ew! Like, I was like, bro, you can't win against that because the photos are fucking horrific. at some point, like, someone in the community, like, posted, like, a whole ass thing about it, and I was like, well, I guess here we go. And so I posted the photos. I was like, this is what this man did to me. And then psychologically tortured me for 6 months. And he knew what he was doing. He was friends with me for 5 years. He knew exactly what the fuck he was doing. He knew what I needed in a relationship because I told him everything that went wrong in my past one. He witnessed a lot of it. So, like, yeah, he fucking predator right there. But yeah, I ended up winning my court case. So I was like, thank God, because, like, I can be completely frank. I would probably leave the state like all the other exes of his did. Wish I was joking. All of them did. All of them. Because they've all been bullied out of the state. But now that I have a firm grasp on, like, my own personality, it's like, if that ever has to drop, man. If ever has to drop, I'm not leaving the state. But I am getting a megaphone. Do with that information what you will. Because, yeah, I'm not putting up with shit anymore. I'm kind of a mean person now. I'm finally, I feel like, and Alex, you could probably vouch on this one, but, like, I feel like if I didn't have the shitty relationships that not only I put myself in, but also, you know, just had, and if I would have worked on myself, this is the person that I should have been this whole time. It definitely helped going to see my family and, like, going to my mom's birthday party and learning about, like, and, like, reconnecting with my family and realizing that we're kind of all of us are kind of bitches. We're kind of mean. And I realized, I was like, you know what? I've dealt with so much shit and allowed people to steamroll me for so long and allowed people to, like, take advantage of every good quality of me. You ain't getting that shit anymore, bitch. So a lot of people were cut out. I cut off a lot of people because I just was like, I can't deal with this anymore. And as I cut them out, they started get angry. And like, a friend of mine was boothing at a convention, and they had a booth right here, and there were two girls, like, directly behind where they had there was no separation between the two, and they were talking shit about me, and this friend of mine was like, who are you talking about? And they were like, Jenna, say what? And she's like, don't you ever fucking talk about her again. If you have a problem with her, then you can talk about her somewhere else, but not here, not around me. And I was like, and I'm like, I think that it's one of those things where I was just like, I cut them out because, like, they weren't really, like, friends with me. Like, they were acquaintances. And because I tell people so much about my life, but it's mostly because, like, everything that like, any story that I tell has some relatable quality that anytime that I've told that story, or, like, told a story or something, there's always been at least one person that comes up to me that's like, I thought I was the only person that this has happened to. So, like, I'm open with my stories, and I think that they got the wrong idea that we were, like, closer than we were. And so with that, it kind of, like, I think that people got their feelings butthurt. One of the girls, I can't fucking know her. I don't know her name. I keep calling her the wrong name, and my friends keep correcting me. And they're like, no, it's this name. And I'm like, I don't think so. And they're like, no, it is. And I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting. Like, I forget her name every single second. And I'm just like, I don't like, what the fuck? Send you a pic of the kid. Oh my God. She does, like, good for her, though. She needs to have an attitude. A lot of these motherfuckers deserve to have that attitude. Look at that. She's definitely got an attitude. I love that for you. I love that for you. She is a cutie pie. Oh my God. Is she doing gymnastics? Good for her. I wanted to do gymnastics as a kid so bad, but, like, looking back on it, I would have had a lot of broken bones. Like, an exceptional amount of broken bones. Because I was already accident prone. Anytime that I fell, I didn't understand that I needed to put my hands out to stop my fall. I just go face first and just like hit. She's on a competition team? That's amazing. Hell yeah. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. Fuck yeah. That's awesome. That's like, that's great. Good for her. Hell yeah. I love that. All my friends that have kids and stuff, and like my cousins and everything, like I live vicariously through them because like I don't know how you guys fucking do it. Not only, like, I would be the most hover fucking parent because I know too much. I'm glad that I didn't end up having kids because, like, I would literally be hovering over the top of them and being like, what are you doing? Show me everything on your phone right now. Like, I would be insane. I would be insane. Just because of the stress, like, I don't know how parents do it. I don't know how parents do it. I just don't. I'd be so stressed out because, like, again, like I said, I just know too much. And I would be really stressed out. But then now on top of that, like everything, like all the costs and everything going up, like those school supplies, bro. I like the prices that I saw yesterday were quite like I knew that all this tariff shit was gonna like be pretty painful on us, but I wasn't really prepared on that one. Yeah, raising her as one of your friends except for when you have to discipline, that's awesome. Good, because then she'll tell you shit. That's the key thing that I think is like, you know, I would end up fucking up as a parent is like, oh, she loves hanging out with you. Oh my God. Of course she does. Of course she does. That's so cute. Yeah, any of my friends and family and stuff that I see like having kids and stuff, I'm just like, good for you. Like I would be a horrible parent, but yeah, whenever you allow yourself that like, you know, relationship with your child, they're more apt to tell you when some fuck shit is happening, but they're also, I feel, more likely to not allow fuck shit to happen because they're like, this doesn't fly in my house, bitch. Like, no. She was bullying a girl and I was like, I don't like this at all. Like for a while there, I just kind of like allowed it. And then I decided to grow a little bit of a backbone. And then I started to tell her like, hey, I don't like this behavior. And then she popped off, went nuts, ended up getting me kicked out of helping, a local convention with their cosplay stuff. Then she threatened to leave the day before the convention, because there was a person that was going to be there that she didn't like, and then ended up staging a walkout on this con because I was like, girl, what the fuck? And so I just was like, okay, I can't deal with this anymore. So I walked away from the friendship because I didn't like the relentless bullying for, you know, people that didn't deserve it whatsoever. The girl that she was bullying was like a really nice girl. And everything that, like, they both had a party at the same time, but it wasn't deliberate. It was, birthdays were right around that same time. It was the weekend. You know what I mean? And so Jenny got mad thinking that it was a deliberate act of sabotage. And I'm like, what? And so I said, fuck it. And I went directly to the girl and I said, hey, like, weird question. Like, was this done with malice or was this done unintentionally? And she was like, oh my God, no, I didn't even realize that she was having a party because she didn't invite me to it anyways. And I was like, there it is. And so I went back to Jenny and was like, yo, like, what the fuck? This wasn't the thing. And she was like, how fucking dare you go to her and ask her? I was like, okay, I don't like this. Whenever someone is like, yeah, she had a New York mean girl inside of her. she was catty as fuck. And I was like, bro, I can't with this. So I ended up just like walking away from that friendship because I felt in my heart that I wasn't that kind of person, and I didn't want to be that kind of person. And so like, yeah, it did take me a little bit of time to finally like step up to plate and go, I'm wrong. I don't want to do this anymore. I ended up losing both of those friendships. The girl that was being bullied absolutely had every right to never talk to me again. She's still cordial to me. She's still nice. But I definitely was the reason that friendship ended because of, I sat along the sidelines and didn't, have her back. And that was on my fault. But yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, oh my God, I love that though. I love that she has her own altar. That's amazing. Good for her. Hell yeah. Yeah, and I mean like there's, I hope that Jenny's doing better and like she's not, oh fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I hope that, she has inner peace and she's not like, bullying girls still, and I hope that she's like, I mean, there's plenty of people like, Charlie Kirk that she can bully. Dude, let South Park's doing. But yeah, like I hope that she's doing better and that she's not as spiteful as she was, I know that I've grown up a lot significantly since that friendship, and at this point I've told so many people that at this point yeah, things happen. Yeah, I think that she may have had her own insecurities. I think that that's what it was. Truth be told, I think that she had a very large insecurity that she hid, and her way to hide that is by attacking, instead of sitting with what she has and confronting those demons face to face like I did. Again, there's a lot of things that I wish I would have done differently, in the terms of like my healing and growth, and wish that I would have taken more time for myself before this point. I'm glad that I'm doing it now. I'm glad that I've done a lot of healing and a lot of understanding of like the bad parts of me and the good parts. And I'm still shuffling through it. I'm still like deconstructing a lot of things that I grew up with. And I feel like I'm doing a lot fucking better. And I'm so much happier than I think I've ever been. Which is like funny enough. Since I started doing stream again and making content and going, okay, I'm going to do content full time again. Starting October, whenever I get laid off, I realized that in 2020, that was honestly the happiest I think I've ever been out, like, with the separation of the relationship that I was in. I was creating content, I was editing, I was making my own, I was doing costumes, I was doing all this, I was being very, 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 very creative. And I spent 90% of my time hidden away from my relationship anyways, because I think that I knew that I needed to find myself in order to realize that I have already moved past this relationship. But I made my characters, I became TikTok famous, I started to write out like my backstories of all my original characters and started to like do all these things, and now I'm gonna write a book about them, and there's all these things, like parts of the book I should say are written, but the rest is still unwritten. But yeah, like a lot of things during that time made me go, I really enjoy doing this, I want to do this all the time. And as I started to do the stream and not go out as much, so like the past few weekends, I haven't had anything, which has been amazing. I'm going to be honest. Had, my friend come down, for GalaxyCon. did that, which that gal was a whole fucking to-do. They fucked over their whole vendors. All the vendors got fucked over, which I feel so bad for, but I digress. But yeah, like I've had quite a few weekends where I was doing the stream during the week, so like I work 7 or 8 until 4:30, and then I jump on stream at 5, go to about 7, sometimes 8, like right now. Amartha, I'm ready for it. I'm ready for her. I'm ready to be body painted as her and bring her back. And yeah, in October I decided that like I have a bunch of videos and stuff that I'm currently going through and trying to edit from a while ago. So like I have to go back and like refine these audio clips and all this and that, and piece these characters together, because I have done videos of just like all the characters interacting together again, because I enjoy doing that a lot more. And I started to edit those because in October I'm going to start posting that shit again. And then I'm going to be able to like get into my characters during the day and do content. And I'm coming back to the splicing link, but like that's not for you, Alex, it's for everybody else. The links, they're not above me. They're in certain things, they're down below. But yeah, I realize that like I enjoy shooting content. I like doing photos. I love doing videos. I love getting like all this cool stuff. Like a friend of mine that works downtown. He is the sweetest dog, and she's a Chihuahua. Now, like, she is the exception to the rule by the nth degree, because he had always brought her around because he works at the bars, and her name's Penny. She's an angel. And she's this tiny little Chihuahua, and like she's so used to being in the bar atmosphere, and she's just peaceful, quiet. Even whenever she goes home, she's peaceful, quiet. And I got a bunch of videos for him on my digi camera, and I like immediately downloaded it and then sent him links to it so he could download photos and videos of her, because I'm always like, in my head, I'm like, okay, one day, truth be told, she will no longer be with us, and he may not have like good quality videos of her, so let me get that now. I'm good with that too, Alex. We're good. Totally fine. Yeah, that's for everybody else, like I said. But yeah, I got got some cute videos of her, and took some photos with her, and she's just like the cutest little dog. But I realize I enjoy doing like content and making videos and making photos. Recently I shot both video and photos. I don't know if I said audio a second ago, but video and photos for a friend's wedding, and it made me go, yeah, I could do this for real. I didn't want to be that, because there's a pipeline with cosplayers and photographers. There's a pipeline between models and photographers. At some point in both of those arenas, you either quit or you live long enough to be a photographer. And I have fortunately survived long enough to become a photographer videographer, and I love that because I enjoy doing like photos and videos and stuff for other people. And yeah, I'm just really stoked to like get back into it and create, and do that and whatnot. Like I'm gonna give it like at least 6 months. That's my minimum of like time that I can give it, where I can kind of like coast through with my severance package and like various other things that I have going on. So I think that I can make it to a year, but I probably won't push it to that if it's not doing anything. But I will still stream. I'll still do like the just chatting and stuff. I was doing the, playing games and whatnot. I might do that during the day. I might do like some more day streams to where I can do like I have tier lists set up right now so I can do those. So yeah, I'm like, I'm kind of ready. I'm kind of ready to make that leap and see what I can do, because I think that this is like the one time. So you still vampire. It kind of, I could probably get a job as that, but they don't pay. I would actually be in, with how much they pay here, I would be considered in poverty. And I would be able to get on, like, you know, government assistance, but then again, that's going away, so I don't know. But yeah, the, like, phlebotomy pays poverty wages. Like, LabCorp was patting themselves on the back during the pandemic for raising the minimum wage, or raising their minimum wage to $15 an hour. And I was like, bitch, you can work at, like, fuck Chick-fil-A, fuck them, but I'm like, you could work at Chick-fil-A for $15 an hour and not have to handle poop specimens. You know what I mean? Like, and it goes the same, like, oh, Ashley got certified to do it? That's awesome. Yeah, certain, McDonald's pays 17. Yeah, see what I mean? Yeah, I that's the thing, is, like, I'm not going to go back to that if they're not going to pay me my worth. I'm beyond good at my job whenever it comes to phlebotomy. I'm a natural at it. I am very, very, very good at it. I would have patients come from like 3 hours away to get their blood drawn by me. That's not overstretching the truth. That's literally 2 or 3 of my patients over the years were driving like 3 hours to get me to draw them, because no one else could get their veins like I could. So, and that's a sad part, is a lot of the people in the healthcare field that have been, or that are really good at their jobs, are leaving because we're not being paid right. We're not being treated well. During the pandemic, LabCorp cut our pay increases, like our measly like 10-cent pay raise. They cut that. They cut our time off. They told us that we needed to work with COVID, which no, fuck off with that. And all of us collectively said fuck off with that. We didn't get PPE like we should have. Luckily, I was in a doctor's office, so I got my PPE, but a lot of my coworkers didn't. Like, they would have to work without, you know, masks or something like that. So, and then the next year in 2021, they gave us a 10-cent raise instead of like doubling it up from the last year, which, by the way, they got a HSA thing. Like, they got a ton of money from the government because, like, not having to repay it, but like a ton of money from the government because we were the first people out there with the test for COVID. And the government gave a big, huge donation to LabCorp, and they held it. And our CEO was making like insane amounts of money. And so the next year I was like, okay, because they gave us the same raise and the same like meets expectations. Like, all of us got it in our area. People were finally like talking to each other, and they found out not much of a choice. Yeah, same. And we all kind of talked to each other and we're like, hey, like, did you get the same review? Yep. Oh my God. Oh my God. And so I sat with my boss and was like, hey, do you, do we have project managers? And she's like, yeah, we do. And I was like, cool, I want to be a project manager. I'm getting certifications. I would like to be a project manager. And I was like, you know, looking on their website for like, you know, stuff, you know, hire or whatever. And, she was like, yeah, I'll try to get you in. And then come October 31st, my last day, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. And I told the doctor's office I worked at, I was like, should I paint up for this? And they were like, yes. So I came in as my yellow Twi'lek, which is one of my OCs, which will have to be, she's changed a little bit for the book because I'm not fighting Disney. So there's going to be, you know, these little things with her that are going to be slightly different. But my yellow goth Twi'lek, oh my god, you're in the ocean, that's so cool, or in the water. God, I want to scuba dive so bad. That's so rad. That's so cool. Got sent a photo. So my boss comes in. So I'm painted up as my yellow Sith Twi'lek. And as I've learned in haunt acting with my character Libby Lobotomy, is sometimes I just allow my character to just be themselves outside of me. And this was one of those moments. So normally I wouldn't have said anything. I'd been like, oh, okay, that she's off the Fifth Element. So like the way that I'm going to say it is that their hair and skin is the same color. But they're this specific group of people, like they're all different colors. But everybody wears like their hair in pigtails, and dependent on the length and various like little things to do with their pigtails is what signifies like status and things like that. And, you know, what team you're playing for. 'Cause I am separating it off into like, yeah, there is a dark and a light side, but I have to figure out, like, I've been still pondering as to how I'm going to do that. But, so I'm in Taylor. My boss comes in, and she looks at me and she goes, oh, I wish that we would have, I wish that we could do something to keep you. And without hesitation, I turned, crossed my legs, looked at her, and I go, well, I gave you plenty of options, but none of you took it. So, I mean, here's what happens whenever you can't pay a livable wage. She's like, And in my head, I'm screaming. I'm like, Taylor! Taylor! What the fuck are you doing? And externally, I felt Taylor Sith just sit there and go, shh, Jen. This is not your time. This is my time. Like, I felt it in my head, like, doing that. And I was just like, oh, God. Oh, God, my OCs have taken over. They're in control. It's also happened with Casdea, too, which I thought was absolutely hilarious. So I was in Casdea, my vampire queen. She's, like, the main character of the household. And there's this girl that has bullied the shit out of almost everybody in this cosplay community. Fucking hate her. Terrible human being. And she came up to a friend of mine that was standing next to me and started to talk to her. And I was like, hey, is this you? And I pulled up the screenshot of her talking shit about me, about making Jones, because she doesn't understand socio-political commentary or making fun of something, because the day that Trump said drink bleach was the day that Jones was created and posted on the internet. Because I literally said, oh my God, we're in Jonestown. We're all going to die under this administration. And I made Jones. Her backstory, vastly different than what it had originally been, which is that. But she didn't like it. And so she complained about it. And I got the screen, and she made sure that I couldn't see it, but I never saw her shit anyways because I wasn't following her. But a friend of mine saw it, screenshot it, sent it to me. And so I had it on my phone in my starred, in my, like, my Google Photos, but it was in the starred thing. And whenever I saw her, I was like, just in case. And so I pulled it up, and she came walking, and I felt Casdea. I go, this is the time. This is the time. And I said, hey, what, isn't this you? Isn't this you? And she's like, and I was like, yeah, if you want to talk shit about me, you need to come up to my face and say it, or else don't say it at all, because I can say it to your face. Stop fucking bullying people, you dumb bitch. And she like walked away, and my friend was like, that's so mean. I was like, no, not for what she's done. This is nothing. If I ever get a chance, I'm fucking her, man. Or her parents. I don't care which. Clock it. It's gonna happen. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Mean? Absolutely. Diabolical? Absolutely. Does she deserve it? Yeah. Yeah, she does. Because I found out that her husband doesn't even like her. He feels sorry for her. And I'm like, that's funny as fuck. So, yeah, I know all the shit in this community. I swear to God, I know way too much. I know way too much. Alright, Maria, I'm so sorry. I've been on here for a while, so. Have you seen That's My Boy? No. I'm so mean to people that absolutely deserve to be bullied. I'm so, like, but trust me, whenever I say that she's bullied a majority of this community, she actually ran a nonprofit that used to go to children's hospitals. She ran that into the ground, bullying everyone in that community, or in that group, that cosplay group. Anyone that does that deserves to be bullied themselves. Like, no problem. Don't care. So, yeah. The shit that I've heard about her, I actually was told not to join her other group that she ended up having to walk away from. But I was told never to join that group because if I ever wanted to leave, to be prepared to leave the state because she would bully the shit out of you. And the amount of people that left the cosplay community because of her, absolutely astronomical. CF is the initials. One day if she sees this, she'll be like, that fucking bitch. And I'll be like, the fuck are you gonna say to me? You ain't gonna say shit. You're just gonna cry about it on the internet. And I'm gonna be the one that comes right up to her face and is like, the fuck did you say? Like, they gave me way too much power. They're too scared of me now. Adam Sandler and oh, I'll have to watch it. That's My Boy. All right. All right. I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it tonight. I know who's my boy, though. That's my boy right there. That's a noodle and a nugget. I mean, truth be told, I am a demon. Like, I mean, we got Martha right there. Full body paint on that one. That did not take that long. My ex that I have a restraining order against was painting my asshole, and now I really wish that I would have farted right in his face. Missed opportunity. I don't know if I could have farted, but I would have tried. I probably would have accidentally shit on this. Because I can't fart on command. No, I wouldn't have been able to poop either because, like, nope. I wouldn't have because I was still very much anorexic. So, yeah, I probably would have not been able to. So, never mind. Never mind. I'll just pretend that it happened just for comical sake. Yeah. Either way, I should say that on stage. Because I am writing stand-up about these motherfuckers. All of those that I have explained earlier. She can fart on command? That's such a cool talent. Damn. That's a rad talent. It's a weird talent that I wish that I had, but I wish I could. Wish I could. But yeah, I've actually started to write stand-up, so whenever October rolls around, there's some things I'm going to be talking about on that, because, like, you know, at some point, whenever, you know, your partner doesn't touch you for a year, and then you walk in on them in the bathtub soaking their asshole so they can get a Coke can-sized, dildo up their ass, you kind of start going, yeah, I'm going to make this into a comedy, bro. Each of my characters have different pieces of my backstory in theirs. So yeah. Yeah, no, damn is right. Also blew his balls up to the size of fucking cantaloupes. And that scared the shit out of me because I was like, there's some damage that's happening here. Because, like, I ended up contacting a professional dom to try to, like make sure that, like, anything that we were doing in the kink side of things for him was not going to harm him or do lasting damage. And she was like, you know, you're already in the medical field, so you already kind of know what signs to look out for. And I was like, cool, but, like, what happens if I lose a sounding rod? And she's like, you just can push it up and out. And I was like, oh, it just, and she's like, yeah, there's almost like a stopper point there. So like if it drops all the way down in there, you can kind of finesse it up. And I was like, oh, and like at one point, like he came up to me all proud and shit and was like, which size do you think I am with sounding rods? And I was like, this size. And he's like, oh yeah, you're right. How do you know that? And I was like, I've been doing the fucking research and you literally just keep doing shit to yourself by yourself without me. I'm not involved in any of this process. So like, yeah, you're glad that you're not in that shit. I'm not, like, it's not problematic. Like, if you want to do shit with your partner, that's fine. If you want to experiment, I think that's healthy. I think it's great. But the fact that he didn't even hug me for like a year and was watching a girl do live streams that he thought was like, it's actually like friends with me, was watching her on his phone every single night, and then bought after I told him we needed like therapy, he got a half wraparound screen and was watching her every single night. And I was like, okay, I guess I'm just gonna fuck off then. And then he got a crane arm for the bed to like watch her while I slept. And then he told me that he was moderating for her. And then after I talked to her later on, after like, you know, all the dust had settled, I asked her, I was like, hey, was he ever your moderator? And she goes, no, I forgot he existed because he was your man and I never saw him. And I'm like, bro. And he was sitting there going, you cheated on me, you cheated on me. And now I'm like, the fuck were you doing? So, yeah. It was weird. And it felt like, it made me so goddamn uncomfortable that he was like, he yelled at me whenever I said, why are you always watching her? Like, you don't ever hug me even. And he's like, how fucking dare you? She's our friend, blah, 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 blah. And just like guilt tripped the fuck out of me. And it, like, I was like, I just went downstairs, cried. I think I got into Bridget and cried. Because at the time I was starting to do like TikToks, and I think I just came up with Bridget specifically so if I needed to create content, I could cry. Because Bridget is my my Salem witch OC. She is the first woman to be executed in the Salem witch trials. I have kind of breathed new life into her because like the Salem witch trials like were something that resonated with me really deeply because I've been a witch most of my life. Even as a small, tiny child, I knew that I wasn't like a Christian. I was a witch. I knew that it was a witch thing. I just didn't understand like the nuances and the context behind it. But yeah, like, oh God, I totally lost my train of thought. Yeah, I got nothing. What the fuck? Someone rewind. God damn it. God damn it. Na 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 na. I got fucking nothing. X. You have a witches and wizard fest up there? That's amazing. I love that. That's incredible. But yeah, like, dealing with that, you know, in my life, like, I wish I would have just walked away at that point, but, oh, Bridget, yes. So I made Bridget, specifically to be kind of a sad character, and that was the reason why, is because I wanted her to, or I wanted to allow myself the ability to cry on camera with her. And it ended up being very therapeutic for me. So I was doing like these very sad audio, and I was doing like, you know, all this sad stuff, and she ended up not becoming spooky. So like some of my OCs that were meant to be spooky ended up becoming sweet angels. So like Bridget, she's a sweet angel baby. She was meant to be spooky and meant to be a haunt character. She has now created her own way, and now she is my like more like sad, like, you know, whatever character. She's since like, you know, since I've like left that kind of situation, she's not as sad as what she was. So at some point I'm gonna like, did I ever find out? The live went, so an officer was killed. I mean, like, you know, I can't remember, but yeah, that, it looks like they might have gotten him into custody at this point. Oh, wait. Oh, no, the officer is just injured. Some of these are saying officer is dead, so maybe, 16 minutes ago. Oh, so the shooter is, and it looks like maybe a police officer is either injured or not with us. So that sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Man. It's just it's too much. It's too much. People need to make original characters and cry it out on camera, like apparently I needed to. So I don't know. That's fucking wild, but yeah. So Bridget was supposed to be a sad character, or like a spooky character. She ended up becoming a sad character. Casdea, I was making her to be scary. She was supposed to be a haunt character as well. She became a mom. I didn't make it. She did it. She chose her own fate. I didn't do that. Libby, she was supposed to be spookier looking than what she is. But she looks like she's exactly the way that she's supposed to be. She is my favorite character to go into a haunt with. I can't wait to go back to Terra Manor. I have to message Big Boss Man to make sure that I can come down for a weekend and haunt. But yeah, Libby is she's hilarious in the haunt though. I tend to be very, very entertaining, and then I'll scare the shit out of you. Or I'll just like, I found out that I can hold very still, and people will come up to me saying that they think that I'm like a mannequin because I'll hold my hands like this, like on something, or like, you know, just slightly curved so it looks fake. And I'll scare the shit out of them right then and there. So I think like if I ever bring Bridget to Terra Manor, she's gonna be the one that stands perfectly still and hides behind you and just stares at you. And then I can just be like, and do shit like that. So yeah. Brenna, I don't blame her. I don't blame her. There, and also like, not for nothing, there are increasingly, you know, some cops out there that are not good people either. So it like I feel like, and I've heard that a lot of times you'll get some racism, a lot of racism, and I don't know if that's just a city or what, but yeah, it's, and then on top of that, the potential of like, now with the active shooters, like all the fucking time. I don't know, man. I don't blame her for being like, no, you're not allowed to. Because no. It's, I mean, that alone, it's horrifying. It's horrifying. Like, there's so much chaos and anger in the world and whatnot. People just need to make OCs and cry on camera. Plain and simple. Maybe Charlie Kirk would be happier if he just, I don't know, paint his face like a haunt character and cry on camera. I don't know. Or maybe he wants to go the Mariella route and be a Neko girl. I don't know. But Maybe that's what he needs to do, is create an OC that you can therapize yourself through. I had to make 12. I had to make 12, didn't I? I had to make 12 fucking characters. And then, like, whenever I do like a video where all of them are in it, it takes forever. Oh god, it takes forever. It's so annoying, but it's so worth it in the end. Like the Halloween episode on TikTok that I did, where all of them are getting ready for Halloween, and each of them have their own costumes. It was so cute. I loved it. Oh man. I think that the internet is good if you know how to utilize it. I understood the assignment, at least with TikTok during that time period. I understood the assignment. I made characters that I truly love deeply. You know, I've created a whole world for them, and it's really nice. It's really nice. I don't think that they would have existed without 2020. And especially without the stuff that I was going through. I think I now have 13 technically, because I'm adding my my D&D character, Alvi Anghard, to the group through Darcy, who is actually my SCA character originally. And she's my Nordic elf. So she, like, those two are gonna have a sequence where she brings in Alvi into the family, and that's how they end up with this halfling that steals things because she doesn't understand the context of what is yours is not hers. Alvi is my D&D character that I've procured throughout the years, and she's got a little, she's adorable. She doesn't mean to do bad things like steal. She just has a childlike sense of wonder. Like, we were playing a D&D campaign, and one of the times we went to this castle, we were getting told to, like, this is, you know, the king is like, this is the thing that I need you to do for me. This is this. And then Alvi goes straight up to a candelabra and, like, a lit candle, and the candelabra was solid gold. I was like, Dan, how, like, is the candelabra, like, fancy? And he goes, oh, it's solid gold. And I was like, excellent. I steal the candlesticks and throw them in my bag. And he goes, they're lit. And I go, exactly. And he's like, oh my god. So, like, if I ever make Alvi official, like, her bag specifically, I am going to take 3 lit, like, white candles. I'm going to open the bag and I'm going to toss them in so, like, it gets that splatter and everything. And then I'm going to take the candles out. Because I really want to, like, have that as, like, in her bag for that moment, because that's how Alvi was. A lot of times she would, like, steal things that made sense, like coins or whatever. There were other things that she'd be like, I like this. Boom. And then she wouldn't take the bowl that comes with it. You know what I mean? Like, she would do shit like that, and you'd be like, I don't understand a fucking reason why you do the things that you do. There was never any reason why she did the things that she did. I loved the chaos behind her, so. Genie Warlock, nice. Played a badass dual-wielding female drow, Gloomstalker Ranger. Damn. Damn, dude. Yeah, Amarantha Lorelei, who is now my demon, my sweet babe, she was created originally as a elf ranger or an elf archer for the first D&D campaign I ever did. So Amarantha has actually had several renditions of her, and so she's now in demon form. So whenever I go into her backstory in the book, that is actually what she truthfully is she used to be an elf archer, and that's why, like, at some point I'm gonna have her really click with Darcy, who's my my Nordic elf. So I'm gonna kind of have them end up becoming friends. But Amarantha, the way that I'm gonna have it is, like, Amarantha won't know her actual backstory until like they basically do like a past life regression, something or other, like somehow, some way, like her backstory ends up coming back to her, and she's like, and that's whenever the two of them will be like, oh my god, like family, like. And so I've had that kind of like in the works of like how I'm gonna weave the backstory. So hey Geek, how are you doing? She has sold her soul to become the devil. No, that could be. I haven't really thought about, like, I know that she has to do something that causes her to become a demon. I just don't know exactly what it's gonna be. But I want it something to where Libby, like, high fives her. Like, I want it to be something where Libby and her infinite, like, horrors, and because Libby is actually in her backstory, she's a serial killer. Serial killer clown. Chicago? Anyone? A little homage, I guess, unintentionally, to that. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, so Libby is a serial killer. She's you know, she has like this absolutely twisted shit that she does. Jones is actually, her last name is Jones. She is married to a cop. The cop is trailing Libby. Libby gets to Jones, steals Jones, implants this, like, vision into her head of, like, you know, basically brainwashes Jones, and then experiments on Jones. Jones, ends up having the power of basically Scarecrow. I am a huge Scarecrow fan. You got, oh, boom. He's right there. I was like, oh my god, where is he at? So, like, she can breathe, like, toxic air. Hers doesn't fear gas, but hers is, like, a toxic gas. She can also scratch you with, her nails, and they have, like, a toxicity. And she will learn to control that somewhere in the book. I'm at the point where I'm like, do I want to make, like, an...
Oh. Is this
That's right.
holy water?
That's holy water, baby. Are you drinking the holy water? It's disgusting.
I am. So, thank you. So yeah, like, I'm kind of at the point where I'm deciding on if I want to, do, like, a multi-book series, or, like, a really, like, a large book of everything. I'm really debating. I've seen books where they do, like, the backstory of each character, but, like, the big bad at the very end of it is, like, so important, how I've written it, and I don't want to, like, spoil it or anything, because it's a really, once I came up with it, I was like, oh, this is perfect. And then I gave you know, some characters some, like, you know, redemption arcs, and I have some that are, like, you know, really step up to the plate when the going gets tough. And I really love the way that I wrote the very end. So I've been kind of like, do I want to write multiple books, or do I want to write one very large book? And I'm once I start writing a little bit more, I might be able to kind of figure out if it's going to end up. I think I don't want to place that on my head as to, like, yes, it's going to be a 6-part novel or some shit like that. I think I would, if I ended up doing something like that, it would probably be a 3-parter. So it'd be like Jones, Libby, and Mari's story. Because Mari is actually the younger sister to Libby. Mari's actually originally a redhead. Then I wish I had the photos up. I could be like this. The alien gang. So like Zane, Stella, and Taylor. Then you have like the other crew, like the main crew, which is like Castea, Taylor, or not Taylor, Castea, Veronica. Veronica brings in Bridget, and Amarantha comes with Bridget across into our realm. Martha piggybacks off of, you know, a little ghost girl that's coming through. And then also Darcy and oh my god, here we go. And oh my god, my halfling, Jesus Christ. Alvy! There we go. I had to do her voice. I was like, wait, yeah, Alvy. So like that should in theory take care of everybody. I don't think I'm missing anyone. Where's my OC picks? Where are my OC picks at? But yeah, I kind of have thought about like, okay, we do a 3-book and then a 4th book is like the big bad, and everyone kind of comes together and starts doing that sort of thing and whatnot. No. Can we not make T1 like 1000s? Can we not? Can we not make T1000s, please? Dear God. Oh, I can search up albums now. I love that they started that. So yeah, you have, where's the group of them? Oh, that was funny. So during my Halloween episode, I did this with Taylor, and I have never laughed so fucking hard in my life. I wanted to be a banana, because I always call her, I'm always like, if I'm going to be Taylor, I'm like, I feel like I need some potassium. Let's turn yellow. Like, I always call her like my banana or my potassium, etc., etc. But yeah. So you have Zane. Oh, shit. No, I did say Zane. So you have Zane and Taylor, Casdeo in the gold, Jones with the handout. Then you got Bridget in the corner, my scary little bean. Stella. Mari is right in all the white, if it'll focus. And then you got Veronica Henbane and Darcy. Libby Lobotomy and Martha. So you got a whole household, and then my OC, the other one is not in there, but yeah, this was actually the first photo, and this is the one that made that girl go fucking cuckoo bananas, which I still think is funny, but yeah. I have the Jonestown purse. There was a reason why I did all of that, and that was a political commentary. That was literally me going, we're in Jonestown, because he literally said, let's drink bleach or inject bleach. I'm like, oh god. Oh god. Oh god. So yeah, that was one of those things where that was a way that I could cope with the fact that I was losing my fucking mind, because I was in it, being in the healthcare field. And I felt that terror and that concern over like, this is a little scary. So yeah, was Jones made a little bit as a nod to that? Absolutely. Was it because of Trump saying drink or inject bleach? Absolutely. So socio-political commentary, babes. In fact, like quite a few of my OCs have like political commentary behind them. Stella, whenever I first made her, I was like, I want a protest hippie Twi'lek. And so I made her a sign that I replicated from like the 60s or 70s. And it says, no one is free when others are oppressed. So she has political commentary behind her as well. So a lot of things that I like, a lot of OCs that I did make typically had like some sort, like a couple of them had some sort of like little nod to like, I'm sick of this shit. Like, I'm sick of this government shit. I think that those are actually the only... No, there's other ones. I know that they're... Fuck. Yeah, I got nothing. I wanted to see if I could actually find the photo. Oh, there's Libby now. This is the makeup I did last year. Cunty as fuck, dude. Cunty as fuck. And I'm glad that I made that jacket because they put me outside for the first time. And it was cold as fuck. That jacket kept me way warmer than I expected. Way warmer than I expected. And I think the funniest part about that is, like, I was haunting and being outside, like, the way that Terra Manor is set up is you have, like, the switchbacks, and then you go through a little completely dark maze. And we have guys in there, and then there's typically, not all the time, but sometimes a dude will walk around and, like, go back there to, like, chase you out with a chainsaw. And there was a guy that was, like, a security guard, one of our security guards, and he was way bigger than me. So I like, stood behind him in that, and he turns around, looks at me, and I go, I just want to see if I can use you as a hide spot. And he just went, okay. And the people get chased out. And I just went, like, in the middle of the thing. And I was like, come here! And then I started chasing after him. So these people are, like, not sure which way to go. Because, like, killer clown, chainsaw. Killer clown, chainsaw. And it's like, I loved that. That was the funniest thing I ever did. And I high-fived that dude. I was like, that was amazing. I didn't expect them to not see me. But, I mean, he was much bigger than me in every aspect, so I literally was completely concealed. It was so funny. I got to use a security guard as a hiding spot as a haunt actor, and I feel like that's the most fun thing I've ever done. I also, last year, I don't know if I have him close by, but I have a rubber duck that I got, and I'm going to try, I think I have him, like, right here. Let's take out her stuff. She probably has them in a spot. Oh! She does. She has them in the pocket. So I was in the haunt the next night, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm bringing this. And so I had him in my pocket, and I ran through this area, tripped, and fell onto the gurney with a body on it. And I, without hesitation, I just had, because I had the chicken in my hand, because I was going to scare the shit out of him, but I was going to, like, you know, do the thing at him. And I fell on this body, and I was like, Doctor, how does it look? And he goes, no! And I just started doing that, and I started screaming. I went, oh, well, because I was like, I put him down. I was like, oh, well, more bodies. And I grabbed the chainsaw and just swung it at people. And it scared the shit, because everybody in that line that was going through our room stopped and just watched me. Like, I had figured out that Libby's scare tactic is to be funny, and then attack you. Like, it was the funniest thing I've ever done in a haunt that was not supposed to happen like that. I had a whole different plan in my head, but I tripped and I fell onto the gurney, and I'm, Doctor, is it bad? No, just like, oh my God. It was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'm okay at improv. I'm okay at improv. Oh, this needs to go in that pocket. That's the pocket that's open. She's got, like, multiple fucking outfits. She's got one that says, "You're in good company." She's got her little thing. She's got that. She's got the one that says it on her back. Look at that. I think that there's a part that I put on here that's poop. I said that I was poop. Yeah, there's some brown up here. That's poop. But yeah, Libby Lobotomy, everybody. That's our girl right there. A little crazy. She a little crazy. But she's fun. She's fun. But yeah, crazy time. Oh my god, sorry, 8:34. Holy shit. Longest stream ever. All thanks to Alex. All thanks to Alex. It's him right there. Round of applause, Alex. Good job. I love how I use this stream to just chat with you like it's just us on the phone and you're not talking. And someone's gonna go on this and be like, she just didn't give a fuck on this stream. And I'll be like, no, I didn't. Talking to Bestie, I gotta tell him all the things. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta tell him all the things. Give him all the crazy tea. Nuts. Nuts. Could have jumped on Discord. I don't give a shit. It's fine. I mean, like, I'm down. Like, at some point, like, we absolutely should, like, do a hangout sesh on Discord. I'm down 100%. And like do some catching up and whatnot. Love to do that. We'll have to, like, it'll probably have to be after Dragon Con because that's in a few weeks. Oh shit. I have a lot to do. Fuck. It's alright. It's okay, I got this. It's okay, I got this. Son of a bitch. I got a lot to do for Dragon Con. I just had an existential crisis. But yeah, I have a lot to do for Dragon Con. I have to make a sign, like a big ass sign for Al and I, because we're doing Ronzi and the other one. It's the two gay gym dudes from Letterkenny. So we're doing that, but we have a sign that's gonna say leg day Bay gay, and so we're gonna do that and bring that around to Dragon Con. It's gonna be amazing. So I'm always busy. You happen to stream when I didn't have much to do. Hell yeah. No, that's perfect. No, we'll link up and chit chat and stuff once I'm done with Dragon Con. Dragon Con's at the end of the month, so that is on. Yeah, I'm going to be gone the 27th through the 2nd, basically. So, like, almost a full week. I have to have someone come take care of Nugget and Cleo. Feed them both. Make sure that they... Oh, no, that was actually crooked. But, yeah, I have to have someone come and take care of the boys. Normally, my friend Jacob does it. I'll have to see if he's even going to be in town for it. If not, then I'll see if Blue can do it for me. But yeah, what is that? NC State University Theater costume sale. Oh, that's on the 6th of next month. Oh shit. I get it mostly busy until 2034. Is that whenever she graduates? Is that why you're saying that number? Is that the number? Is that why? Cause like once I'm done, with my work, I already told my mom. Yeah, that's what I thought. Wow, I did that math in my head. Put it in the calendar. First time that's ever happened. Oh my god. Imagine if I could have done math like that in high school. Imagine if I would have known more politics and American history like I do now. Imagine. I could have actually passed. Holy shit. If I would have known, if I would have known that Gang Stone would probably help me, I probably would have done that back in the day, but live some, you win some, you lose some, I guess. Definitely lost out with my grades in high school, that's for goddamn sure. But yeah, so I'm going to jump off here. I have to potentially pack to run to my friend's house tomorrow. We haven't seen each other in a little bit, and I have a Saturday off, and I was like, yeah, I'll come visit for a little bit. So, but yeah, anyways, thanks so much for hanging out. And Alex, you always the real MVP over here, doing all the drink your fucking water and stretch, you stupid bitch. Those things, love that. Thank you so much. But yeah, thanks for hanging out. I will be back on Monday at 5 to talk about random shit or the news or whatever happens. Luckily today was a pretty chilled news day and I didn't really need to do anything. Like, there wasn't much going on, thank God. Other than just, you know, just continuations of all the bullshit that's been going on, so. We're living in hell. But anyways, I will see you guys on Monday at 5 p.m. to discuss various things. Anyways, have a great weekend. I love you all. Stay safe out there. And, yeah, drink your water and take your vitamins, eat your food, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, I will see you guys on Monday at 5. Oh, wait, duh. The way that I also end. If you are not following me on all the other social media platforms, please do. Especially on Instagram because it's still at 10.9K. I've been that way for about 7 years. Please, dear God, it's driving me insane. I just want to see a different number. Even if it went down to 8, I'd be like, fuck it. It's a different number. I don't give a shit. But anyways, follow me on there. Follow me, you know, on all my other social media platforms at jennasaywhat.com/links. And I will see you guys on Monday at 5. Love you. Bye.